the entire business, you own the entire idea. Just keep pushing and pushing. After Mbarara, coming from Kampala to Mbarara, I slept at 6 a.m. 6 a.m. is in the morning. Slept for like 2, 3 hours, then woke up to come to this event. But the thing is, there's something that is driving you, and that is the impact you want to create. That is why every entrepreneurship journey starts with, which problem are you solving? We want to see your problems that you're solving and the solutions, answers to the questions that you're looking at, yeah? So just make sure, just do your thing, and no panic, no pressure. We are all, who's the white person in here? We are all African, no? So don't feel like, oh, Noah is Ethiopian. So, right? Yeah, African, from Africa. So we are all Africans. Don't be scared. Nobody's going to judge whatever you're saying. Whatever you're going to say, it's about you and your business. So because I did organize a speech like President Museveni coming to open things, I thought I could just say whatever I want, which makes it even cooler for me. Thank you all, and I want to send you greetings from Startup Africa, the founders, the co-founders, and the entire awesome team at Startup Africa. They're waiting to welcome you in our Catalyzer program, and they're waiting to still come to Mbarara University and do great things with you. I was actually telling somebody, I was telling the entire team, by the way, that must that has given me energy throughout my journey. I'll be leaving Starthub in the next 1 week, right? And I've never, nobody has ever, in the history of South Africa, started with a class of 20 and finished with a class of 20. Very first class. And everybody was surprised on, what is going on. And I told everybody, if my sister comes to university, must is the only university I know, because I've tested what the students here are working on. Thank you all, and I take it back to the MC to continue with this event. Thank you all, and I wish you the best.
Thank you so much, Ms. Rabia Joanita. If you are not under the influence of alcohol or the witchcraft, why don't you give her a loud of applause? The loud of applause, if people have given, it is just 23 minutes past 2, almost after lunch, but it is not all that audible. Another loud of applause for that young lady. One thing I know about Miss Ravia Joanita is that she's a woman of virtue. Actually, there is a lot you can learn from her. And I must say, Chihumuro is very happy to receive all of you with her in person. I do believe that without Starthub, I don't know. But sincerely speaking, you have created an image worth remembering. For the story we are being part of today will live for long in the minds of men. Allow me at this juncture thank our dear judges, for they are within the house. Dr. Manasseh, we are obliged to have you. I think you can wave so that the people within the house can know you're with us. Yes, you can emulate his accordance. However, he puts on glasses. One thing I know about people who wear glasses is that they are never poor in life. So if you see anyone with your glasses, even if he or she is your classmate, please treat him or her with respect. Those people are never poor in life. That's why it is hard to find a brickmaker with glasses. Very hard. But they are found with the people like doctors, engineers. So I'm happy you're here. Indeed, we are going to learn a lot from you. Noah Mesfin, Mr. Noah Mesfin, we are happy. If I was his brother, maybe he would have been adopted, or rather I would be adopted. But I must say, we are all African, regardless of the skin color. We are all Africans. Mr. Noah Mesfin, I'm happy you're here with us today. Miss Keisha, I am happy, and we are all happy. Shiumura is happy to have you with us. Then last, Mr. Sankara Viarohanga. I'm happy that you're here with us on us. And I must say we are happy because You have created an image that each of us can copy and emulate outside there. The pitching event is coming next. And as far as I'm concerned, each team is to have 5 minutes of pitching. So I think Mr. Mujuzi, Dennis, you're all set to inform the first person in charge of pitching who is going to pitch his event to come forward. And there will be a 2 minutes alert from the timekeeper while you're presenting or pitching. Please let's keep maximum order and time so that this day is a success. Mr. Mujuzi, are you ready? As Mr. Mujuzi is setting the projector, allow me invite one of the judges, Mr. Noah Nefsin, to come and give a few remarks and some guidelines on what we are going to do today. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me invite Mr. Noah.
Welcome you to this very momentous occasion where people will be presenting to us their ideas, right? And as the saying goes, there's a saying that goes by, there's nothing as strong as an idea which its time has come, right? And now today we shall witness which idea time has come. It doesn't mean that those who didn't win or those who didn't make it to the top are deemed failure, right? Because when it comes to the idea of startups, the ideas of entrepreneurship, but how resilient, how far you can push ahead until your idea comes to life. So today, for those presenting and also those who are spectating, I would want to present to you the criteria we shall use to assess these ideas and come up with the ideal ideas for today. Number one is problem identification. What kind of problem have they identified, and now how it's not about becoming rich. Yeah? For you to drive as much impact as you want, to push your idea to different sectors, to different countries, you need to have the component of it being sustainable. Right? Thirdly, its impacts of society and social responsibility. At the end of the day, however much money you're making, if it's bringing up negative impact in the environment or in the social aspect of it, there will always be dissatisfaction amongst the users, right? Whether directly or indirectly involved. So we shall also be assessing it. Number four, it's competitive advantage. What means by a competitive advantage is these days it's hard to find an idea which is absolutely new. Going back to the days when Thomas Edison created the light bulb, or the first man who invented the airplane, those are all unique ideas, right? But in our day and times where innovation is moving at a staggering pace, you have to always understand how unique is this idea. And that's what's meant by a competitive advantage. What are you doing that other people are not doing? What's the unique aspect? Because when you talk about entrepreneurship, when you talk about innovation, there's that unique aspect to it, right? Secondly, it's presentation skills. You have to be a storyteller. That always it's not people who with good ideas who win, right? It's people who can tell their story. So at the end of the day, however much good your idea is, if you cannot present it to the crowd and really convince people that this is a problem we should be focusing on, then there will be a challenge. Then there's team strength. And I'll back that up with a quote. It says that if you want to move fast, you move alone. But if you want to move together. So however much you have a great idea, if you don't have the right people, right support system to push your idea with you, then there's a challenge. So we shall also look at the team strength and the team composition. Then there's the business model. The business model is majorly the system behind how your money will be generated. How are you going to reach out to your customers? How are they going to paying you? What aspects are you using of the business side, right? Then lastly, it's your performance when it comes to Q&A. However much you're a good presenter, if you cannot also back up your claims, people are willing to fund you for your idea. If you cannot give feedback to the questions that they ask you, then that is also a challenge. So with this, these are the criteria all the 4 judges will be using to judge your ideas. Kindly, for those who are presenting, a piece of advice is life always goes on, right? Don't really cling to the moment, but in a sense, be fully present and on, right? And with that, I would like to wish all the presenters the best of luck. And for the spectators, kindly let's pay attention. And with that, I would like to open this up for the official pitch event. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Noah. A loud of applause for Mr. Noah. He is an academic juggernaut. That's why when he's speaking, he speaks with a lot of calmness. He has really worked hard to be there where he is today. According to our agenda, we are having
yeah, right? I'm going to take you through a 1-minute story. So campus is an come and pick me at 1 a.m. So we decided to maneuver away. We did not know any border man. We did not know any sort of person we would go with. So we collected ourselves, the 3 of us, and decided that it's our that we should go back home before things get weird. Because people had gotten drunk. You know, like that first experience when you're seeing someone drunk, you don't really know what to do. So we get out of the area and we start looking for a border. Trust me, it was not easy. Someone is telling you you're going to travel from town to here at 1 a.m. Well, we got one, which cost us around 40,000 for 3 people to come. 40,000 shillings. It was a fly or die situation. Move away. So we decided to walk at 1 a.m. Might sound like I'm cooking this up, but it actually did happen. So we decide to walk. If you have ever experienced a situation where you're in a dark room, you start imagining things even when they're not there. You start imagining monkeys. Yet there's nothing. There's no monkey around, but you're imagining it.
Time check. You have 2 minutes left.
Okay. Long story short, like ordering for a ride and getting a ride that is secure and safe, and you can track your movements till you reach, and it's very affordable.
And why Uber is unique, it's because we provide secure, reliable.
I heard about how I can get the app, what unique value does it offer compared to the others. So those are the questions that that might arise. But thank you for the great skill. So my question is number 1, what's the unique aspect? Because you see these days there's a Safe Car from Safe Border, there's Uber, there's Bolt. What unique aspect are you bringing? And secondly, what is your business model like? How will you be earning money?
Thank you so much. Starting with a unique value proposition. Good thing that in Mbarara City, Western Uganda, it's Uber that has come up as the very first on-app transport service. So we add on the feature of being able to track your journey through the Google Maps. So we are secure, and in our application, we make sure we pair you with a driver who is 1 kilometer around you. So that makes it reliable and timely. Then, our business model, we earn 25% commission from the entire charge of the journey. And we charge 4,000 shillings per kilometer. So the client is charged 4,000 shillings, and we charge, of the 4,000, we charge 1,000. Yeah, that's the business model.
Thank you, Uber team. It's actually an innovation in Mbarara. I have not seen it. But I want you to be clear on who is your target market. And having said that, the 25%, isn't it heavy? Isn't it high? What's your take?
The good thing, we started operation in January. Actually, this is our status quo. So, if you can look, we've ridden at least 150 plus clients. So we raised at least 1.2 plus million shillings. So our target market are young professionals in Western Uganda, then as the night travelers, people who move at night. Yes. So that is what we are having at the moment.
Follow up. So, how are you? Channels are known. So, because the more they know it, the more the customer you get.
Yeah, because we've been in progress, we've been running, we've been using WhatsApp, direct messages, calls, and then we advertise on Twitter, LinkedIn, and we do physical outreaches to the city center around.
Thank you very much for the nice presentation. The story was so good. But my question goes to the team. From the story, your solution will be mainly focusing on the students, right? Okay, business, right? I am wondering, okay, with students, if there are people that don't have smart. So I'm a night traveler, and I also want to.
Thank you very much for the question. We're not, there is always a genesis of an idea. It's not saying we are targeting students, it's just something that we went through that helped us understand that even though it's someone who might not necessarily be coming here, there are very many people. If you yourself, sir, dropped yourself in, if someone dropped you in town and you don't know where to go, it is a solution for us. We are providing for you a solution. Download the app and then know I am going to hotel triangle, and then it will help you. Number two, you asked a question about a person who doesn't have a smartphone. Well, through one of our services, we also use direct calls. So if an individual would like to use our application, you will call a direct. You can call someone who will then direct you to a driver, and then that driver will help you get to where you want. So it's not something that, yes, it's online based, but it can also help someone that is offline. Thank you.
Yeah, so thank you. It's a very good idea. Very welcome. I want to hear from the lady. Please. Doctor here a few minutes ago asked about the people that you target. And I think Aisha also was trying to understand that. So you could help us list at least 3 types or keys of you target. Yeah? The people that you're targeting. Then after that, I would be interested in knowing what each one of us on the team is actually doing on the project and the skills. Thank you.
So our target, we are targeting the young professionals without cars, the night travelers, and other people that do not have cars. And each team member has a role. We are 6 people, and we have Nayeba Maureen, principal investigator, Emmanuel Akapewa, developer, Mugabo Cletus, chief financial officer, I myself, Bainom Gasho Deborah, quality assurance manager, Desire Namanya, client service manager. Yeah.
Thank you so much. So the next presenters, want to make something clear. You strictly have 5 minutes to pitch your idea. 5. When I mean 5, it's 5, and then 5 minutes for questions. So maybe we can have the next presenter.
Thank you so much, the team from Uber. A loud of applause for those people. Indeed, the day has been calling and we have answered. It is beating the drums and we are dancing to its beats. The next presenters, that's the Mugo Care. Please, the floor is yours. We are all ears to listen from you. Thank you so much.
Mugo Care, health, your records, your control. Inspired by real-life incidents, we embarked on a critical mission to address a critical issue plaguing the healthcare landscape in Uganda. It all began when we learned about Sarah, a young woman in desperate need of medical treatment. Sarah had been suffering rare illness for years, but despite her best efforts to navigate the complex healthcare landscape, she encountered a major roadblock. Her medical records were scattered across multiple healthcare providers and inaccessible when she needed them the most. Tragically, Sarah's deteriorating health prevented her from communicating her medical history to doctors treating her. Her conditions worsened and she ultimately lost her life due to failure to have timely access to crucial medical information. Driven by this experience, we embarked on a critical, we embarked on a, driven, we embarked on, we, driven by this heart-reaching experience, we realized that this was not an isolated problem, but a systematic problem affecting countless patients. Thus, we embarked on a journey to develop a digital system that revolutionizes the way medical records are stored and accessed. Through innovative technology and strategic partnerships, our solution streamlines the fragmented health care records and empowers individuals to take control of their own medical records. Our pricing model is designed to be accessible for patients, organizations of all sizes, and health providers. Our system offers affordable and flexible options to meet everyone's needs. So, in Uganda, uh, it is approximated 170 hospitals, but as of September 2022, and surprisingly, 60% of these hospitals do not have an MRI system. So as we go on the patients, 90% of the Ugandans visit hospitals, and it is important to note that 40% of these, they have chronic diseases. So they require frequent visits of the hospitals. So on our go-to-market, it is proactive and hands-on in reaching our targeted customers.
You have to meet.
Through this, we shall visit partner hospitals, engage with administrators, and build strong relationships with them. So we shall set up flyers and direct patients to interaction. Shall participate in events and healthcare events and conferences to showcase our system. So from there, we shall set up meetings and with institutions and companies. Our fraction as of now is promising, where that's 27% of 27% of the development milestones we have achieved, and 89% of our surveyed users have expressed strong need, and 80. Our roadmap is quite interesting. So far we have covered 27% of the milestones, which is prototype alpha build development phase 1. Throughout our roadmap, we remain dedicated to delivering secure, user-friendly, and efficient system.
Let's have. You said you have a prototype.
Yes, our system is online. It's a software digital system.
You're able to demonstrate.
Yes. You put on that slide. Okay. So right now, what we have reached 27%, which is we have a site to showcase the idea and where we have reached, and also on the site we showcase the back end. We showcase the back end and where it has reached. It was slide number 3, where we show the dashboard and the different options on the dashboard.
Not pronounce no, yeah. No, Mugo.
Mugo means a stand which can help you walk as you age.
So are you only 2 members?
No, we have a team. We are 4. Me, Mujuzi Dennis, I'm a data specialist, a data security specialist. Kadogo Christopher is our technical lead developer. We have Mr. Faizo Lubega, who is our healthcare domain. He's a CTO for Streamline Limited Health. And we have Nachijova Sawia. She finished from Makere. She's the legal officer.
Okay. Now, I want to be sure who is your customer? And related to that,
yes.
Who is your client?
Yes.
I want to be sure of the two.
Our clients, yes. According to our tab, the total addressable market, we have patients. But then when you try to sum up to the serviceable and obtainable, we have patients with chronic diseases because they are always in need of their medical records, no matter where they are. We also have patients who would want to have easy access, anyone who would have easy access to their medical records, or those who now have bulky paperwork and they will need to move to the digital system, which recognizes their medical records are accessed.
So your business model charges the patient?
Yes.
Or the hospital?
Our business model has 2 categories. It has the premium, which is for users, and has the enterprise, which is meant for hospitals and organizations. So if you're a user, you fall under the premium. Currently, right now, a user pays $5, that's 18,000 for the service. And for the case of organizations, as on the site, it reduces that amount because the organization is big. And for the case of the hospital, which don't have the direct AMR, as you have seen on our analysis, we also charge them for a system to, yes.
Thank you, Team Mugo. My question is, do you know anyone that is doing the same thing you're doing? If they are there, what makes you different from them? And what is going to convince me to take up your application, not to do what I've been doing?
Yes, that's quite a big question, but to address that, currently right now, no other system is looking at centralizing the medical healthcare records, no system. And what will convince you, you have many factors to consider, like you might have privacy, you might have So to address privacy, Mugo Care itself adheres to the Uganda Health Act and the HIPAA compliant privacy rule, which states that patients, which states that and protects patients' health information and grants rights to patients to their own data and puts measures on how to safeguard that data using through confidentiality, integrity, and availability, and what security protocols we are implementing. So for you to start up and you are compliant with HIPAA, you have to first follow some guidelines and then your system gets up. So our legal officer is working with that as we put up a site and working on a different stuff. But we are compliant with any regulations and the Uganda Health Act.
Thank you very much, Team Mogo Care. Indeed, quite pro solution, especially for our times where everything's being digitalized, right? Two questions. One,
Yes. I subscribe to Netflix. I use a mobile plan, which is $3. There are different plans like 5, 11 for different screens, but I go for the least plan, which is $3 per month. Apart from Netflix, I've ever tried subscribing to like WordPress. I tried subscribing to there is an app which would convert like images in an image and which would get texts in an image and bring it out in a Word document, but that was a long time ago. Mm. Yes. Mm. Yes. Yes, it was in the traction which he said. So currently right now, we 80% of the people we tested, which we went and talked to and got feedback, which were 74, 65% of people showed interest. And currently right now, we are in talks with 3 clinics and 1 hospital. And for pilot programs and testing of our system with their system. And for the case of the patients users, many like the 64% of the 70, no, the 65% of the 72 people we interacted, which is the 89 there, they showed strong interest in our system. And we are keeping track of them and we are keeping them informed of the progress of the system. All right, thank you.
Group.
Thank you so much, the Mugo team. Indeed, if you don't have a tail, then you can't engage yourself in the dance of the monkeys. The reason as to why they are here with us today is because they have innovative ideas. That's why they're engaging themselves in this innovative dance. A loud of applause for those 2 young gentlemen. The team UTI test, please, you are invited and we are all ears. Thank you so much.
Yes, good afternoon, everyone. Agbas is my name. In here for you test UTI in a second. It's an AI diagnostic tool that will provide cheaper, faster, accurate, and convenient UTI tests. I developed the niche for this project when I was in third year. A friend of mine, she was in year one by then. She came, so we became good friends as she onboarded Mast. So she was like, Agbas, you know what? By the way, I have an infection. Have an infection? Okay. Have you tried to look for a medication? She was like, yes, I have. But I'm not healing. Oh, okay. How long has it taken? She had taken 3 days without attending classes. So she went off the counter to the pharmacy. She picked medications. She didn't heal up. So after a week, conditions recurred, and that's when she resorted to going to a medical facility to seek medical attention. So what I would love to bring to your attention is that about 30% of people in Uganda suffering from UTIs seek self-diagnosis and self-medication. And the World Health Organization asserts that 100,000 people die almost every year due to infections resistant to antibiotics. Then, so self-medication, mostly it's because it's due to limited access to healthcare. Then, more so, lack of medical attention for UTIs. People don't have that information. Then the high cost of healthcare. Then, so someone will see it very expensive to seek 10,000 tests from a health facility for a UTI test. So this AI application, more so it will provide medical awareness in form of research and link up the user to a medical doctor. So how it works? How it works, I have a video to show you how it's supposed to be operating. So it welcomes us to our application. So someone can enter their credentials, then they log in, can be either a patient or a doctor. So you can start a test. So it welcomes you to a UTI test. So you're a patient, you test, you select your gender. If you're female or male, then put your patient data, you submit. Then here we use a urine dipstick. So someone can upload the picture. Then there you pay. We are charging only 1,000 shillings for this test. Then after accessing your results, because it's giving us differential results, so someone can contact a medical doctor to actually give the confirmatory results. So basically, that's how it's supposed to work.
You have 2 minutes.
So our market size, mostly we are looking at the serviceable obtainable market, 2.3 million people who have smartphones in Ankwere region. We are targeting Panau Ankwere region. And according to our analysis, in 1 year, if all goes well, we can make 3.7 billion shillings from just this test. Our business model canvas, our key partners, we're looking at private and public hospitals, schools, pharmacies, medical labs, research institutions, medical professionals. Then our revenue streams, ads, shall be making ads, then direct payments. About how I showed you, like how it works, I showed you that someone can pay after running a test, you pay, then it brings you the results. Then subscriptions. Our structure, we shall be looking at updates and how to maintain this application, then patenting it, research and administration, and developing the application. Our customer segments, health facilities, education institutions, the women's health, because 78% of women actually contract UTIs globally. So health and wellness professionals. Then our traction center school, that's what we have per now. And this is our team. I'm Atumanya Agbas, the founder. Gladys Nabuga was a medical student. Burnett and Evans are developers, and Mbarara Smart is also a medical student. Rura Noelza is our designer. Thanks for listening.
you have actually kept time.
Thank you very much. The solution included someone dipping a strip into urine and the rest. Are you working on that also, or you're working on a mobile application? So we assume the rest of the solution is already existing.
Yes, for us, because you buy the strip, you buy that urine dipstick. What's currently being used, you use that strip, you compare it according to a color chart to get the different differentials. But if you're not trained, you can't use them. So it brings up a lot of human errors. So the application just eases things. And someone, actually, because of being traumatized, they even fear to go to health facilities to tell someone that I have a UTI infection. So we are trying to make it so simple at someone's convenience. They go to their homes, they do their tests, then it brings us results.
Okay. How does the solution solve the problem of self-medication?
The solution solves, because self-medication is all about you going off the counter and you get medicines without even knowing, like you don't even know what you're suffering from. It's like when you have headache, then be like, can I get paracetamol or something? But here, then I'm getting results. So
when I get results?
Those are differential results. So we are linking the application to a medical worker to confirm the results. Yes.
Great. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much. Indeed, one of the major problems we are solving is we need to solve the self-medication. Do not want to either from the fear of or right financial support to go ahead. Now my question is, how about the quality of the camera? Because I'm sure not everyone is favored enough to have an iPhone or Samsung, right? So does the camera also affect the quality? Then thirdly, you talked about using AI somewhere, AI or technology. I've not heard that. May I, instead of going to a medical personnel, you would collect data so that once you see the people, let's say, different kinds of animal discovery,
About the AI thing, because if we target almost everything on the urine dipstick, there we won't be specific. It has about 10 parameters. So we're just targeting 2 parameters, UTIs. So the AI comes in that we shall use label data in our application for those tests which have been conducted. So as someone, because as you dip iron dipstick in urine, there will be color changes. So it will predict according to the color of the dipstick, and it compares it with the data you have in your application to give a right diagnosis. Then the second was camera. Yes, sure, you are right about the camera thing, because it will require some camera with some good megapixels to run the application. I'll take that as an advice. Then some other thing was like, 2.3 million people. That's men and women in Ankole region. But 18% of people in Ankole region, they have smartphones, and it accords to 1.3 million women. Currently now we are targeting women because it's where it's prevalent. Yes, so 1.3 million people access smartphones, like women access smartphones in Ankara region.
I want to agree with my previous colleague here that this innovation is important to the extent that it is reducing self-medication. It also reduces for medication because it may guarantee confidentiality. So I want to be sure measures you are putting in place to guarantee confidentiality of the client so that is not traceable, identifiable, but gets medication. Secondly, I want you to talk more about the payment mode. You charge 1,000. How do you get it? How do you get it? I want to be sure of the payment mode that you are suggesting. Is it money mobile? How is it? What action mode? Is it standard that it should be money mode?
The payment mode is mobile. Someone will see it better to go for a 1,000 shillings test compared to going for a 10,000 shillings test in a private facility. So it's mobile. After you pay when you want to access your results. You can run the test fine, but can you access your results? So if you want to access your results, that's when you pay. You pay via mobile, Airtel or MTN for 1,000 shillings. A urine dipstick costs 1,000 shillings. So totally it's costing 2,000 shillings for that test conclusively. Then the next question was, but beg your pardon, sir. Yes, so the system, because as you looked at our video, everyone everyone has a registration panel. So you register your account. So it's your password, it's your own account. The doctor can manage to see your results, but any other patient cannot. So it's only you. So it's protected under passwords. Yeah, it's only you to manage your own account. So no any other person can manage to access your account if it's not you. Thank you. Yes. We did only research at Mbarara Hospital. They have 2 labs, one at the private one and the public one, which is used by us. Actually, the medical technologists mostly asserted that the problem actually with urine dipsticks, people don't know how to read them. They come with a lot of human errors because of those color changes and what, so they can't tell the different rows they can accord to the probable diagnosis they should be making. So that's one of the problem. So that's why we are bringing in this AI tool to make things accurate. And the more you test, it becomes more accurate and accurate. Yes.
Thank you very much. My question goes to the 1,000. Are the doctors that are giving the guidance on the results also sharing on that 1,000, or it is for the developers only?
Yes, so for the doctors, that's why we are partnering with hospitals. We are in our partnerships, we are partnering with hospitals. So we pay some money to the hospital to partner with them. And if they use our application, they also pay us. So it's kind of, it's a two-way thing. Yes.
Thank you very much, Jez. I've been reminded that you also have 5 minutes. I'm sorry if the 5 minutes elapse. So let's have the next group.
thank you so much, UTI test team. He's one-man army. That's why the rest trusted him to come here and present or defend his own project or their own project. Next on agenda, we have the team IV Care, Madam Chirabo and Mary. Please, you're most welcome as you make your academic steps towards this great podium. We are all ears to listen from you and learn from you. Thank you so much, Madam Chirabo and Mary.
Thank you very much.
Yes, good afternoon, everyone. This is Team IV Care. And as IV Care, this is Team IV Care. So, health life is a happy life, yeah. So I'm Maria Helen, and as IV Care, we got this idea during our internship. We interacted with a nurse. We found her wanting to infuse blood with kids. And one kid needed 300 ml, the other one needed 200 ml. And she had only one pack of 500 ml. So she decided to put the two kids on the same bag. And she was like, when the bag is almost like a half, I'll just remove the other kid that needs 200. And we were like, oh, this is not real good. It is risky. But she had nothing to do. We went ahead and we made further research. We interacted with very many medical personnel. And we really found out that this is a good, real good problem to solve. And we really saw that the medical personnel within the rural areas of Mbarara specifically, they need an effective way of monitoring the IV therapy. Because if they don't monitor it well, there are inaccuracies that come along with it. They can cause life-threatening situations. And if I talk of IV, some of you may ask, what is IV? I just mean intravenous therapy, what you call being on a drip. And I'm so sure most of us are victims of IV. And if an error happens along the way, you can end up even dying or getting other diseases. So that's why as IV Care, we decided to come up with a device that is going to be low cost, user-friendly, and it is going to be automated. It is going to be used by these medical personnel to monitor those IV therapies they be giving. Because even in our interactions, we found out that these people are few, the medical personnel are few, and the patients are many. Because the statistics are showing it clearly that over 90% of the people who are hospitalized are using IV. So with this device, we are going to make sure that they can monitor their therapies at, like, without of ease and remotely.
Thank you. As she has explained, our group has come up with an idea to develop a low-cost device which is automated and provides real-time information to the person administering the IV. So the current state of our project is this. So what this does, it's able to send the person administering IV the status of the IV infusion taking place. So, yeah. So as the IV is taking place, the device tells you therapy ongoing. And when the bag completes, it also sends you a message that the infusion has taken place. But we hope to achieve the ability to be able to input the measures for the infusion so that you can be able to control the amount a patient is going to receive. Yeah. So why IV Care? We hope to make the device to be affordable, user-friendly, and automated so that we reduce the stress for these people administering IV, especially in rural areas. These people have like one person working on all those people who have come to the healthcare center. Yes. So how shall we make money? As she has explained, in a hospital, about 20 people go daily to receive IV care, which means that once this device is put in place, we shall be able to sell it to all these people, the doctors, the nurses, all these people who have healthcare facilities where this IV therapy is administered. Yeah, we shall do this through direct selling, commissioning, and marketing. Yeah. Our call to action is financial support and mentorship. And this is a team that that we worked with, only the people in front. Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
For keeping time.
Wow, thank you very much. A timely solution, very welcome. What would happen if you actually don't have this solution on the market? What are we likely to see? What is out there? I'm trying to communicate the extent of the problem. Yeah, you can re-echo that. Thank you. Yes.
As I've told you that over 90% of the people that are hospitalized are subjected to IV therapy. And with research, very many errors are happening, like in the line of IV care. So this device, trust me, no one can let this device out there if they know that it can help them. Because most of the doctors, a doctor, you are like known to be a good doctor after you healing people. So you can't fail to buy this device, indeed. Make sure that even your work is eased and your patients are safe.
Just to add on to what she has said, we communicated to one of the doctors, and he told us sometimes when they are giving IV therapy to pregnant ladies when they are going to labor, any small minor mistake can cause a very big effect on the mother. She can lose the child, she can lose her uterus. And he told us that making this device will be very helpful because there will be no worries that someone is going to get an overdose or an underdose. Yes.
Yeah, let me start with our competitors. I think we have some medical students here. They have seen what we call infusion pumps. But these infusion pumps are so expensive. And I've tried to move around different hospitals just around Mbarara, and it is only at the referral. And if you reach the referral, it is only in ICU and a cancer ward, and even they have only one in paid. Yet each and every ward needs this. So when we asked some of these doctors, why is it that this infusion pump is in place and you're not using it, they told us it is so expensive, they can't afford it, and even like the technology it uses, some of those people can't like afford using that machine. So it is not user friendly and it's so expensive. That's why we are intending to come up with a cheaper version. And even for the market, even you're not scared, because we made interviews, and after the interviews, we got the idea and we fine-tuned it. We took back the device. Okay, the current status we have, people have already seen it. And the feedback they are giving it is really good because they are saying, yeah, please do this, we are willing to buy, because we are working with around like 11 medical personnel, and every time we reach somewhere like in progress, we go back, we get feedback. So people are willing to buy it.
Our target market are the users, the doctors, the nurses, all those people who own healthcare centers.
We haven't really like fixed the price, but we intend to make that price at least less than, okay, kind of less like
by
a half or a third of the price of the infusion pumps. Because some of the infusion pumps are around 11 million, 25 depending on the mode you buy. So ours is going to be around 4M. At least it is affordable to some people now.
Thank you. I'm following up for a question that was posed to you. If this solution does not exist, and I want you to be more specific and tell me those that are common that you are trying to address so that I understand these errors, evidence of occurrence. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that question. The example that we can give you of what this happened. Let me first finish this question. Okay. Yeah. A certain patient in the hospital was given a lot of glucose. And once they were given this a lot of glucose, they had to give them more water in order to dilute this fluid. So this is an error, and it can, if it were given to a young child, a person who has a lower, not really immunity, but their body is still developing, it would cause them more damage than to a grown-up. Yes.
The piece of advice is not a question. Please, the next time you're presenting, try to show us what the team is composed of. That we can't know who does what and who does this. Then another thing, avoid using the uppercase of the wording of your slide. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Madam Chirabo Anne Mary. She is one of the few ladies, together with her colleague, that we refer to as the beauty with brains in Chihumuro. A loud of applause for those two ladies. In the interest of time, allow me invite the Muskzap team. Please, the floor is all yours and we are all ears to learn from you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. I name was Angela, and I'm from the Mosquizap team with my colleague
Kunda Penlo from the Mosquizap team.
So let me start with the question. What do you think are the most deadliest creatures on this planet? Are they snakes? Are they sharks? Are they lions? How about mosquitoes? These tiny bustling insects are the cause for more human death in Uganda, in our country, Uganda. And why do I say this? More than around 700,000 people die because of malaria, and they even surpass the numbers of HIV patients. So, but if I tell you that we have come up with a solution that not only provides light, but also helps in combating the spread of malaria. So get ready as we dive you through our innovative solution as the MedReach. So through our study, what problems did we identify? One of the problems is that, yes, the government of Uganda has come up with measures to combat the spread of malaria. It is giving away free treated mosquito nets. But how are these people using these mosquito nets? As you can see, people are using these mosquito nets to rear hens and other solutions that are available, like mosquito repellents. They are very expensive because through our research, we found out that many people buy mosquito repellents, but as they buy, they have to continue buying because if a mosquito repellent is done, of course you have to buy another. Then another problem was allergic reactions to these mosquito repellents and the treated mosquito nets. Most people gave in their assumptions. They said that through our research that we conducted, they said they can't sleep in treated mosquito nets because it's really uncomfortable for them. So that's why we came up with a solution, a mosquito safe bulb. So what does this bulb do? It is very easy to use. It kills mosquitoes instantly. It is multi-purpose. It provides both lights and at the same time eliminating these mosquitoes away. It is safe for you and your family and at the same time chemical free. Then when we go to how it works, so how it works, this is the way it works. Okay. So when so it has a mechanism in that when you install it in your house, so you will switch it on. So the first time, it will provide both light and also it will be having a mechanism of that ultraviolet light that will attract the mosquitoes. So it can provide light and at the same time attract those mosquitoes, and within that UV light, we have a mechanism that will kill the mosquitoes once they are attracted. Then our target market is 960 households in Uganda with electricity. Because apparently we have 1.7 million households in Uganda and 7.3 million households in Uganda. The 7.3 households in Uganda have no electricity, while the 1.7 million households have electricity. Then our go-to-market strategy, we made surveys. So that was our first step. We made surveys to households. And then our next step was we made them aware of our product. Then next was making direct sales, which we are working on because we are still working on our product. And after that, we hope to move to other districts once we are done with Mbarara. Then our traction, so through when we are trying to market our product, we got over 40 commitments. So we marketed our product through channels like WhatsApp and direct calls. Then our revenue stream, so our production cost is 30,000 shillings and we expect to sell our product at 40,000 shillings, making a profit of 10,000. Thank you. 1 minute, please.
Thank you very much and congratulations on coming up with this very good idea. Does this bulb work with solar?
No, apparently we are working with electricity because in our target market we are targeting households with electricity as per now.
But for the meantime, the product, you can still extend the market to those that deal with solar.
Okay, that will be a breakthrough. It will be great if it really works with solar. Otherwise, the idea is good. The other worry, of course, is on the cost. 40,000 is, what's the durability of this bulb? Because I understand it keeps, attracting mosquitoes. And
yeah.
So will a Sankara at one point clean it, remove?
No, it has its own. Okay, we make it in a way that when it kills the mosquitoes, they won't be trapped inside. They'll just fall off. And about the price, the existing bulbs are about 90,000 shillings. So we hope that this price is user-friendly.
Okay. What's how the life, of this bulb?
The life of the bulb. So as for the life of the bulb, we expect the bulb to at least a year. So you can get your bulb and be rest assured that in a year you'll be provided with light and at the same time free from mosquitoes.
Okay. A little dive in within your team, the technical side of it. Let's hear that.
In our team, we have Ochan Kenneth. He's the electrical engineer and the product developer. We have Nabsal Sauda. She's the product designer. We have Ainembas Angela, who is me, the research and marketing. Then we have Kukunda Penlop. She's doing sales and marketing.
Couldn't agree more. I think away from mosquito repellent or even the mosquito nets that we see that people do not use, in order to sustain them. My question is, from what you've said, I think the product then you want to make it cheaper.
No, the product already exists, and we also want to change the mechanism in how it works. Because the current bulbs that are present, okay, yes, they attract and kill mosquitoes, but it is quite irritating. Most of them use high voltage, and you know that's if you've ever used a mosquito racket. If you try to kill those mosquitoes, there is that sound and scent that is not good. So we are trying to stop those problems. So that's how our product is unique.
And also, the existing products that are used outdoors, this one will work indoor and it can also work outdoors.
Yeah,
So I'm not to the whole night.
No.
When I have to sleep.
No. So now the bulb, the way it works, it provides light, but there is another section which attracts the mosquitoes. So if you don't want light and you want to have a nice sound sleep, you switch off the bulb in a minute. So when you switch it on for the first time, normal light will appear plus the other UV light which attracts the mosquitoes. When you switch it off, it will the normal light will go off, then the other one will stay on. So that it can attract the mosquitoes, and the light is in a way that it won't disturb your sleep. It doesn't. Okay, it's very dim in that it won't disturb your sleep.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you very much for the audience.
Thank you so much, the Mosque Zap group. When a mosquito bites you, we all know that it is just reminding you that you're not so high up on the food chain. You can easily be eaten. So we are so happy that you are coming up with something. We are so happy. A loud of applause for those two young ladies. Next on the agenda, we are going to have the group Alge. Please, can you step forward and you showcase what you have got for us? I think you're a team from Town Campus. Yeah, we're happy to have you here today. You're most welcome, and we are all ears for the session to continue.
Yes, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Nancha Allen Grace Tavla. Yes, I'm Nabale Gloria Mata. Yes, and yeah, that's our prayer. Yeah, hi everyone. I believe many of us have gotten wounds. Maybe if you get a wound on your leg or your hand, what would you do? You'd get iodine solution or something. Then how about if you get a wound on your lips? You know that lips are the center of joy. You can't express yourself without lips. So, how would you do it? Would you just ignore them? I know many of us have gotten these wounds. Most probably, you've been sick, you've been exposed to these harsh conditions like the sun, and your lips were all chapped and they were all looking ugly. You couldn't smile very well. And you can't get iodine solution to put on your lips. And that's why we based on that reality to get you a solution. The solution is so easy. It's something you can apply anytime you want, anywhere. It's a wound healing. It's a wound healing ingredient, but it can also be used as a cosmetic. This solution is called Allergy Lips. Allergy Lips is an organic lip balm made out of high quality ingredients like coconut oil, vitamin E, beeswax, and it's not like a look good thing only. It's a wound healing thing. Like you're sick, you're just protected. Like your lips are chapped, you just get nice lips. So our market size, we literally looked at basically people with wounds, like patients you can use, then also ladies in the corporate world. We always want these organic things because we feel like, yeah, they are good for us. And yeah, then we have 60% of the women and 10% of the men. They do apply these products. Then we have our commercial viability. Our commercial viability, allergy is the best product you can ever find. Like, really, because it's actually commercial, because we literally spend 2,200 to produce and we sell the product at 5,000. That means we're having a profit of more than 50%. And for the months we've been selling, we started like in February, and monthly we get at least 60 containers. That's just for the start. And we've not yet reached to the different people, but we always have more than 20 people asking about our product. So when we look at our market strategy, we use direct sales. Like I come to you, I'm like, hey, good afternoon. We have a product and you can test it, you try it out, get my number, give us feedback. Then we also have different social media platforms. Thank you. Different social media platforms. We have WhatsApp, LinkedIn, Instagram, IG. Yeah, and then we also have posters, stickers. Then we have our next step. Our next steps are to increase our monthly sales to 150 pieces a month. Then also we have to increase our team because this is a marketable thing. So what's holding us back basically is the market, reaching out to different parts of Uganda. We looked at a market size of northern Uganda, whereby we have very many people and the conditions are not good for our lips. So we have 7 million people in northern Uganda. So if we get that 7 million people and we are supplying this thing, like what's better than this? So then we also have to change the packaging from this container to something that whereby you don't have to put your finger, you just roll, apply on your lips, and you're good. Yes, and also we have our status quo currently. We've sold to more than 100 people, and we always get feedback from our customers, and they give us nice feedback and recommend more customers for us. Yes. Then our ask, we are looking at the main thing that is holding us back, as I said, it's marketing. So if we can get like different social media platforms, different televisions, and then we also increase our production, that will be the best. Like it's going to be the best like product on market, like a cosmetic and a wound healing lip balm. Thank you. So that's our team. Yeah, I'm Nacha Allen Grace. I'm the founder and I'm the producer of the product. She's Nabale Martha Gloria. She's our chief marketeer. We have our graphics designer. And that's all. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Allen Grace. It's very powerful. You said it is a wound healing
balm, can I use it on other wounds, or it is the only wounds on my lips? That is the first question. The second question, it is for 5,000 shillings. The ladies in the house, if it is not Vaseline, we buy lip balm below 2,000. I know Vaseline lip balm is for 5,000 and 10,000. For the other prices, I don't know, but the ones I know that are in the market. So how are you going to convince me to buy this at 5,000 when I can use the one for 2,000 and get the same satisfaction? Then another thing is about the packaging. I heard you talk about it, but I have a small fancy bag, very tiny. Remember, the other normal lip balms are circular and they're in a format that you can drop it there. So, what is your plan on this packaging? Thank you very much.
Thank you. So the first question was about the, the parts you can use it for, according to the research we've made, because the wound healing thing, we are not on assumptions. We've made research according to different literature. And our research shows for now we are first using it for the lips because we are sure about that. The ingredients we use, there is a possibility of them working on other ones, but we don't want to assume because for the lips we've proved and yeah, it's right. And then for the pricing, when you look at, all of you here have Google, you can Google for organic lip balms. Organic lip balms go for at least 15,000. So when I give you this at 5,000, that's 10,000 saving, literally. Yes, and another thing about the packaging, yes, this looks a bit big. So that's why we want to change the packaging. Have you seen stick glue? How you roll stick glue? So that's the packaging we want to change to. Like you have your fancy bag, just drop your thing there, you need it, just roll it, and you're good to go.
I'm impressed. I don't have a question, but I would just be interested in knowing the cost structure currently. So you may not answer it now. But I follow it up.
The cost, beg your pardon, the cost structure? Cost structure? Yes. Oh, okay.
Analysis.
Okay, I'll surely give it to you. Yeah.
Wow, thank you very much. It is also not a question. I hope you said that I don't have to have wounds. I could still use it without wounds. Perfect. I love the articulation of your numbers. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you very much. I think it's I like the integration between it being organic because now Vaseline is from petroleum and people have this climate issues that they are bringing. So organic is good. It also has healing capacity. And is this? Do you have the technical background, or you just did research on this?
The technical background about the products?
Yeah, like when you're mixing it and all that. Are you self-taught or you did it in school or something like that?
Oh, not self-taught. Literally, I do pharmaceutical sciences, and in our course, we have course units that cover this. Like you literally don't just assume and do far. Like you follow measurements, you follow certain procedure. Even in the manufacturing, you're supposed to gown yourself a certain way, such that you don't have hair in the product or anything. Yes.
I can see also demonstrating that it can make you smile. So I think all the people here can also buy if it guarantees. Yeah, but I don't know if it can be used, but I'll take one from you.
Thank you very much. It can be used
So that I
by
can also
everyone.
try to smile like.
Yes, we have your product set. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I'm also impressed how group one. And let's have the next group present. Thank you so much.
coming here, you may think this building is a lavish hotel. Yet, in actual sense, the people who stay within rarely have 3 meals a day. And in the process, they end up having problems as far as their lips are concerned. So the solution has finally come, you people. The solution has finally come. A loud of applause to the team. Finally, we have had a breakthrough. At least 1 meal per day. And yes, the other thing will be algae. Yes, we needed to confuse our enemies. Next on our agenda, clear visage organic cream and soap. Please, we are delighted. We are hoping to learn a lot from you. We are all ears and we are waiting for your presentation. Come and share the knowledge you have with us and set the bomb running. Oh yes, thank you so much.
Yes, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Julius Denisliza, pharmacy year 4 student. Here with me are a team of experts. They are all pharmaceutical science students. Nyonga Oshira, Mr. Ololo Josh, and Mr. Emulai Jotham. I present to you clear visage, an anti-acne cream. Let him start.
Okay, good afternoon to you all. Yes, as you're told, I'm called Mr. Marcos Emulai Jotham, and I'm here to talk about the hidden struggle, really. And that's the acne. Most people call it the pimples, really. You can just look at your neighbor and then just imagine. So, did you know that acne or pimples affects approximately 85% of people? That's the youth, and 20% of the adults. That's the adults that you see around here. And those statistics, that's global, but when you bring it to Uganda, statistics don't even change. And those, so beyond the physical discomfort and the pain and what, it also affects your well-being, it affects your self-confidence, and it takes more time of yours. When also acne really costs people a lot of money and a lot of dollars outside there, including us here. We bought a lot of creams, maybe even we bought baby face, what things, but we found out like these things have challenges really, and we came up to cap all those challenges that have come with all these products that are already existing. So our solution is the production of the Clear Visage organic cream, it's 100% organic, and soap, yeah, that has an inflammatory activity. Here we're targeting the root cause of the pimples. Every pimple that you ever thought of, that's the blackheads, pustules, whiteheads, papules, nodules, I guess. You can just look at your neighbor and then identify the type of pimple they have. But we can sort all that in just one product. So how does it work? I told you it's 100% organic and it's a cream, really. So it contains the plant actives that have been proven scientifically by research, of course. And this also has additional goodness. And this includes the skin pain relief. That pain caused by the pimples and headaches, you get that. So the soothing and cooling effect, you can even apply it yourself if you wish. Then moisturizing and hydration and clogging of skin pores. Of course, here we are trying to avoid the scrubs and everything that people have been using for 15K. This is cheaper. The market says we have a total achievable market. That's over 35.1 million youths in Uganda. And then that's over 91K Mbarara residents, because that's where we're starting from. And then our first market is over 10K people, and that includes school-going people. And then, 2 minutes. Thank you. So the unique value proposition of our product is a target dual action due to inclusion of various active ingredients, nourishing and gentle care, just mere quick action and visible results, really. You can just try it by the evening, you'll see. Then the production and business model financials. So it costs us 300,000 Uganda shillings to produce 120 mils product, and we get that's the revenue of 8K, giving us a profit of 5. And that's 1 million Uganda shillings if we were to sell 200 products. That can be done in 1 month. So what's our market strategy, really? So the funnels are like this. Our lead and prospect markets are the youth, adults, and everyone here in schools, where universities, everywhere. But what are the market channels again? So those are the direct sales, like what we're doing here, WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook, like as our platforms are out there, phone calls, referrals, and everything. So what are the construction and status quo? Where are we right now? So we managed to reach around 14 of our customers and earliest adopters via the platforms I told you. And out of these 14, we can be able to get like 10 orders. But of course, according to the production rate right now, we can only be able to deliver to around 3/4 of the orders that we get. So we have a production plan, and currently, that's it. We have a revenue of 320,000 and gives us a margin profit of 200 if we sell 40 products. And that's where we are right now. But in 3 months to come, we shall have over 200 sales, and the money you see that 1 million, millions, like millions. Then by December, that's the end of this year, we shall be able to get a revenue of 4 million, 2.5 per month, that's it. And then the sustainability, that word is hard, sustainability plan, I'm sorry for that. We focus on the sourcing and production, we focus on the packaging material, packaging material improvement, certification with UN-based education, awareness, continuous quality improvement, that's my team. Thank you.
Thank you very much. One is that
organic. Thank you so much. Thank you. Please, you can work on it. So, I don't know. If I'm to answer that about the team, that you need to get someone who is having a background of business and finances. So we have those people, but unfortunately, they couldn't make it today. So the ones who made it are the scientists around. So, and part of them are the quality control managers, the production managers, chief operations officer, but those people are there and they're on team. That's why the team is made up of 6 people.
And to add on that, we have subscribers in the audience, plus other group members. If they don't mind, they can wave to us.
He said you first try the oil that we have made. And almost all my classmates used to talk bad about my skin. They would tell me, I even have the current pics of how my skin was. Then when they gave me that oil, he first gave me, I didn't even pay, was like, you first use and try.
I think she can show you the pics.
Pics of how my face was. But indeed,
You know, some people don't want that exposure. Yeah.
They never approved the concept.
4 days.
If you can read critically there,
We
can you
have
read this?
alveolar extracts, green tea, we have grapes, we have star anise. All those mainly are antioxidants. They clean skin pores as well as remove dead skin from the skin surface.
Now we have children in primary who have what we call incentive. Would this work? That's one. Two, I'm seeing production is in Kampala. You are in Mbarara.
Yes, so to answer that, that's a company that we
Yeah, I can add on that. That's a company that is close to the finishment of registration. And since we registered it that its premises are in Kampala, that's what we could have to use. But after clearing the product safety, all the data from the lab, we shall go to UNBS for certification. Then we begin serious distribution and serious marketing. But right now, we are concentrating on the market within and the student environment. Thank you very much.
thank you so much for the audience.
Let's have the
Good afternoon, everyone. As a biomedical engineer, I visit hospitals, clinics, and general health centers often to gain more skills on hospital equipment and device maintenance, repair, and servicing. One time I encountered Catherine, a nurse, struggling to work a BP machine. You know this thing we do with radios at home, it breaks down, slap it a bit, and then it will get working. That would work for Catherine. On this bed, a long queue of patients to work on, and she can't get her device working. These doctors and nurses are very much grateful for the innovations in medicine, but the same innovations tend to slow down if not well cared for, maintained, and serviced often. More than 250 people in Uganda continue to deteriorate in health due to errors coming out of faulty devices and machines used by these medical workers. This is further reinforced by the high costs that have to be incurred while repairing these devices and equipment. In addition, we have to accept that the biomedical engineers in Uganda are still few, but that cannot stop us from delivering to the current growing health centers in the country. Instant Biomed Uganda is here to offer a platform that bridges the gap between biomedical engineers, technicians, and health centers. Instant Biomed Uganda is a platform that allows you to order for a biomed to come to your help, to your rescue when you're in need instantly. Instant Biomed Uganda offers affordable, quick medical device maintenance services. All around the clock, we are with you to work with you to get you working on your feet. In our first year of working, we plan to cover more than 50% of the existing health centers in Mbarara, particularly in Mbarara. We want to begin home. We earn a 20% commission on the amount paid to the engineers for the services offered. And by the end of the first year in working, we estimate to have earned an approximate profit margin of 36 million. We continue to develop our software, and on our next steps, we want to sell out our product, to try it on the customer's end. We want to receive their feedback. We want to see whether they like our product. Is it working? Right now, we've done market research, and the solution excites them. But we want to now give them a working solution. We want to not use our words, but to give them a solution and to see whether it will actually work, whether we can bring these engineers closer to the hospitals. We will reach out to health centers and offer
Slept.
preventive. We will reach out to health centers and also offer preventive maintenance services. For example, cleaning equipment, offering equipment jackets, and the sort. We also plan to open up a spare part repair workshop for medical equipment and devices. My neighbor, Susan, my teammate, is going to show us how this mobile application is projected to work when rolled out onto the market. This is our team. Myself, Nisi Madorin, founder Instant Biomed. She's called Langoya Susan. She does nursing. Okalebu Hensley, a pharmacy student. Ahura Felix, a physiotherapy student. Kenneth Mark is a software developer. And Mugume Chris is a trained practicing biomedical engineer at the referral. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Team Biomed. Purchasing those equipment is one thing, but maintaining them and repairing them is another thing. And usually, since where we get them from, whether it's Bosch or any Western country where we purchase these equipments, most people might not have the right capacity to solve them. I think it also creates a win-win situation both for the engineers and the hospitals themselves. I have two questions. Number one is, can you tell me maybe the number of biomedical engineers approximately within Mbarara and maybe in Uganda as a whole that will be able to your needs here? And secondly, I want to also know when it comes to the repairs, for example, what is your business model like? It was not very clear to me. Are you going to get a commission or are you going to give a commission to the engineer? Methods are you going to use and how are you going to get that payment? Yeah, so your business model and also the number of biomedical engineers. And if you've gotten any response from them, have you tested the product or have you interacted with them and do they see the need as well?
Right now, our working, okay, we like use phone calls, but to be exact, in Mbarara, there are only 8 trained working biomedical engineers. Yes, and out of the 8, 6 were willing to work with us, basing on the information that Chris, who is part of our team, gave me. The 6 are willing to work with us. To me, that's a good starting point because, yeah, they can be able to serve the growing health centers in Mbarara in particular. That's why I insist Mbarara. Now, when we go to Uganda, I do not know how many biomedical engineers we have in Uganda, but we could say less than 200. Yeah, less than 200. Now, for our business model, the commission comes to us. We pay the engineer because I tend to explain this whole project as a form of safe border for biomeds because we like get the biomeds to do the work. So we get the money and then we just subtract 20%. We earn the 20% commission and then they take the rest. Now, to be honest, it's a bit difficult to really estimate how much you can earn on a daily basis because depending on the technicality of a certain machine, it will also increase the amount that the engineer can earn on that job. But one thing that is constant is we earn only 20%. The rest goes to the engineer.
So the other money is paid by the hospital.
Yes.
You said you're going to work with Bioregion referral at first, but you know there are some machines that are still there. So how are you going to convince the referral people to pay the engineer so that you get the 20%? With this government, how are you planning to hospital to work on the machines? We've seen machines sit there for some good time, then you get your commission in the end.
Maybe let me answer that. Okay, like we have said in our value proposal, like we offer affordable, like they will be affordable, like cheaper than if the engineer was to just come. Those people are very expensive. Like last year, I talked to Salongo. ABG machine was spoiled, and I wanted to learn how to use them. We were taught in class. Then it was like the cost of repairing those things are very expensive if those people come. Now here we are having them, but we are going to make them work like at affordable prices, which are reduced. And I'm very sure the hospital will be like willing to work with us.
It's not a question, but a comment for you to take. So sourcing for this as you not consider reflecting on those concerns of procurement and taxation.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
So, but finally, also, it's not a question. I would propose that within your business model, just like Facebook and Charge Direct, there, indirect you could earn. So the indirect way that you could also include would be the sale of the equipment itself. And it could be as easy as getting to know who handles who imports them and who needs them. Can a hospital trust you to deliver a concentrator, for instance? Thank you.
Much. Let's the next group.
Thank you so much, the Biomed group. A loud of applause for the former group. I see they have done a great duty as our chicks are getting busy there and they are dancing in all angles. Let us not forget that the pitching event is still going on. And please, let's focus. Backbenchers behind there, Mr. Polo, let's focus. In life, you have to focus. Although you're getting a soda with you, but you have to focus. The Smart Girl team, please. You're most welcome. We would like to hear from you.
Thank you so much. My name is Tunom John Robert, the CEO Smart Girl Foundation that is based in Kibale District. particularly in Karguza Town Council. Have you ever tried to imagine that there are some villages in some districts where a family can't earn 4K a day or a month, but that family has a number of ladies or adolescent ladies in the family? So, where do these people or these ladies get assistance, more especially when they are going for their menstrual periods? Oh, she has the answer.
So you realize most of the girls, as we reach that time of the month, we face many problems, especially women or girls from the low income families. And then, especially, we are targeted the school girls, especially from 10 to 19 years, who face many problems. And these problems might include inadequate disposable facilities that are faced by like using these other disposable pads. And then the other challenge will be the lack of privacy to change the disposable pads, because to realize you have to change after every 8 hours. And then also the other challenge we face is limited counseling and guidance, because us as the Smart Girl Foundation, as we make these pads, we shall be able to provide this counseling and guidance. And then also the challenges that are faced by these school girls from low income families might include the limited education about menstrual hygiene. Also, the existing disposable pads are expensive. They are itchy. You realize, us girls in the building can testify that these disposable pads, when you use them for a long time, they are very itchy. They are not comfortable. They are not user friendly, and also since you dispose them off and they're made of like polyethylene material, they are not environmentally friendly and they lead to pollution. So, and these other challenges that are faced, the existing pads are expensive and not affordable for these girls from low income families. And then also another challenge that is faced by these girls due to inadequate disposable facilities and water supply, they end up dodging school, which will lead to poor academic performance and school attendance. And then we realize as we address this challenge, it will be able to be we shall solve this challenge through forming and making the reusable pad. And it looks like this. The reusable pad will be made from, it is unique and innovative, and it will be made from locally available material. This is the second-hand clothing that we can use to make this reusable pad. And then the other thing, the reusable pad is affordable, reliable, user-friendly. It is not itchy. As you realize, this material is made out of cotton, so it is user-friendly. And also, our
2 minutes left.
Our reusable pad will be very comfortable and
minutes left.
reliable. And how unique is our product from other products?
Thank you very much. Our reusable sanitary pad is unique, and we are producing it locally, so we are trying to minimize the import. Therefore, we are trying to endorse the Buy Uganda, Build Uganda policy. Then we realized that the other existing pads are not available in the remote areas, the rural areas. So we want to make our product available to each and every student and people in primary and secondary schools. And that is it.
About the channels of distribution, we do direct visits and talks like to churches, referrals. Then we do direct contacting to our clients. Even both of us are on the team. We do marketing. We talk to our friends. We tell them about our products, and a few who adopt also refer other friends to us. Then about the team, our team, this is the team. We are the leading team. One accountant, then the sales and marketing department. We are using 20 skilled.
Oh, yeah. The cost structure of our pad is going to be relatively cheaper as compared to the existing pads. We know the always and the soft care that is on the market is 3.5. But ours, our piece, just a piece, it is just 3K a piece, but the other one is a packet. But just because the other one is used for 1 minute, for one period. Okay.
Thank you very much. Great innovation, and yeah, this is good. I have a sample here. My question that I'm
Yes.
holding in mind. I do not feel the PVC for a thin inside, so I don't know if I choose to take it. Won't I have?
The PV is inside. Can't you feel it? There's a PV. It is inside. You can't even feel it. It is inside this.
Another question.
In case blood, your stains passes here, it won't come out just because there is a PV inside.
Another question.
Yes.
think different people have different flows, the girls know.
Yes.
And the existing sanitary towels, the different flows. Those towels that are extra long.
Oh.
I want to ask you at once, then you answer at the end. Are you thinking about that? Another question. I feel this thing is too heavy for me to walk with it around. Another question. How safe am I that this button will not be unbuttoned? Because we see we dress up and say a button is unbuttoned. How that I won't mess using your pad. Then without per piece, I feel to a village girl, she's going to pick one. And I cannot use this, rewash it, and use it again. We change the sanitary towel to 8 hours per day. So 3,000.
Okay, thank you for your good questions. They have been so wonderful and nice. Uh, the first, I begin with the last question you asked. How safe are you going to be when you are using this, more especially when you are overbreeding? We have people who do overbreed, more especially those people who are using family planning. So, okay, thanks so much. We made this considering that this sanitary towel of ours is adjustable. You can adjust according to your flow. You can adjust. If you are big, you adjust. If you are small, it's adjustable. You increase it. The size, each size you can increase it or you can reduce. In case you have a heavy flow, you reduce it so that it is sick. Heavy flow, you reduce it like this so that it can accommodate a lot of stains. This when we were making this sanitary usable towel, we targeted these people who, after using family planning pills, and they go in, you go into your menstrual cycles, you experience heavy flow as you had said. So these people are not going to keep buying these pads on market just because they use today, and within 2 hours you need another one. Within another 2 hours you also need others, meaning you can't keep buying. So when you buy this, at least when you buy 3 of them at 9K, you will use this for 1 year. You use the one in the morning, in the afternoon you remove it, wash it. After washing it, use the other second one. In the evening when you are going to sleep, also remove and put the other third one. It takes approximately 2 hours to dry. So when we were making these sanitary towels, we targeted the people from Kibale district and in some sub-counties, more especially where we have refugees and where there are some people who came there just because of forests. So these people were chased out of the forest. So they made a camp outside the forest. So these people can't earn $1 even in a month, just because they're not working, even there are no jobs, but they have girls who do menstruate every month. So these people, in case you get money, the 9K, you can buy once and for all, at least for a year. I have never seen my people around that camp using these disposable ones just because they're too expensive for them. 3K in a month, those people can't afford. So when you buy this one, at least there is a season when you have some money, so you buy this one once and for all. Yeah. Thank you so much. Oh, nice question. Thank you. For the last question you asked, we are planning to also produce our materials, not buying these ones from the market just because they're expensive, but just because we are not yet financially stable, so we can't go and buy that machine and those liquids, chemicals that used to turn banana fibers into a cloth or a cotton cloth. The other question was, we started last year in July. Last year in July, we are almost making a year. We are going to make a year. Our birthday is 15th of this July, so we shall be making 1 year. So it will be our birthday. I came out with this idea just because I wanted to help my people. After finishing senior 6, I went back to the village. You know, I'm a neighbor to this camp. These people were too suffering. They would suffer. They would use this sponge. They would get their mattresses, tear some piece. They use instead of using pads. Others would use the handkerchiefs. Others would use towels. You get. So in the evening, you find some pieces of mattresses in the way, just because even these people lack latrines. Actually, there are some politicians, these people lack latrines that side. So they just dispose around. But I said, how can I help my people? I said, let me come out with this. Just because you buy once and for all, at least for a year. I know these people, there are some days when they get jobs outside. So when they go, they say our language, they say chipota. When they go and make that chipota outside and they get some money, they can come and buy my pad once and for all. But when they keep buying the other ones, actually, just because these people can't buy these pads, they are not there. No worries that are in my village. There are no worries just because these people can't buy. Even those who can buy, they are not interested in using them. Oh. Yes. 3,000. Just because we want to help our people. You see, we are only making a profit of 4K, 400. At least every day we have been producing 50 pads. But there are some days where we fail to make 50 pads. But at least from Monday to Friday, we try to make 50 each day. Each day we make 50. In a week, we are making 250 pieces. In a month, we have been making 1,000 pieces. And in a year, I think on 15th, we shall be with 12,000 pieces. Then we have been getting 150,000 per day. In a week, we have been getting 750,000. In a month, we have been getting 3 millions. Then in a year, on 15th, we are likely to be with 36 millions. This may look so big, but we do it slowly by slowly. We got some support from some NGO at our place there. That's why you can even see our prices are somehow cheaper. You get? Okay, thank you so much. In case there is someone here interested in buying our reusable sanitary towels, we have some here and we have some in town. Maybe this one is called Claire, and this is our sales personnel. And this one is a production manager, and this is our accountant.
Thank you so much, the Smart Girl team. Indeed, there is a breakthrough. If it is reusable, then there is a chance. However, as Chihumuro, we may charge you for running an advert because that was not planned before. So you may leave behind around 20,000 for the advert. And I also encourage people, please, you can contact them. The accountant was around. They had the sales manager, very young, but she's already a manager. A loud of applause to the former team as we usher in the new team. So next on our agenda is a presentation from the Chakula team about the Chakula app. When you hear the word Chakula, you have to be running your mind towards food. And indeed, the team is here to present to you. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Good evening, good afternoon, some of us, depends on the way you see your time. I am called Ongodia Andrew Isaac. I'm a petroleum student, year 3. I'm so pleased to be in front of you. All of you are eating, there are smiles in their faces. This is what has actually brought us here. Many have talked of medicine, innovation, but none has talked of food. We can't survive without food. In my first year, I joined Chihumuro campus, 3 years down the road. Reaching in class, I attend my lectures after grabbing my cup of tea earlier on in the morning. So lunchtime approaches, I moved gently to this hotel called, it was Buffalo back then, because even students had to strike because the prices were high. So I reached there and they're telling me a plate is going for 4,000 shillings. So I look around and people are very few inside. Coming back to class, they're telling me DYDX, I'm really off. I'm not understanding. It was hunger. So I kept on doing out my research in the first year. Of course, many people came up trying to bring in ideas of how to bridge the gap, trying to deliver food, but then it wasn't working. Currently, if I ask you who is doing it right now, there is no one. So the Chakula app is here to make things easy for all of you. So as I said, the problem here is the improper food services and facilities for the university students. The problems are further split down here at the high prices of food for restaurants around campus. Right now, if I asked you how many restaurants around Chihumuro, there are only 2. One is down there a kilometer, the other one is here where only lecturers eat from there. Our group is targeting the students. We don't want poor performance because you're hungry, not understanding what the lecturer is saying. The poor quality food, since he's the only person making, you people can testify. They give you something cartoon and you're like, so there's no value for money. 34% of the students, this is real statistics, are suffering from this hunger issue. People can tell. I can see some people are smiling there. They're like, yeah, it's true. So we are trying to eliminate this. We don't want poor performance. You go back home and your parent is like, I sent you to study. but see what you're bringing. Yet you can't tell him, Papa, I was hungry during this lecture. So why the Chakula app? We are bringing in a mobile app that helps to bridge this gap. Someone may say, there are already these apps in play. No, this particular app is not in play. We are making the orders of your choice. I have my 1K, but then there's no food for 1K this side. On the app, we are going to have, there are people who can offer you food at 1.5, at 2,000, but you can't reach there. You don't know. You're not aware. So this app is going to play in that. We have the restaurants that will subscribe. Of course, I approach you, the restaurant, I tell you, I have this. I want you to maybe subscribe. And then when you subscribe, you
2 minutes.
thank you. You pay some fee. Then on top of that, it displays the food options that are there. Personally, I may not be eating beans and posho, but when I go here, they only have beans and posho. Want to bring for you that food that you really want. At your pocket fee, you have a 3K. You're going to get your meat. Down there in cash, you have Hajj. He's offering that food. But then here, it's not there. So when I go down to the marketing channels, of course, direct talks, I'm talking to you right now. Most of you are aware. The social media, WhatsApp, TikTok, you watch the videos, students are going to get aware through all these platforms. Then the market segmentation, we started from zero in 1st June. After getting this idea, I was powered up by Madame Joanita. 5 people already contacted me. We made the first day, we were not so efficient because we weren't sure. But then we made 5 deliveries. On top of the 5, after 1 week, I noticed 50 people in my inbox asking me, do you have the food? I need it. I have some 3K here. I need meat. So we're able to do those deliveries. As you can see, university students are very many. 1,010 new people. This is a big number. Then we are targeting specifically here in Mbarara where we're working. So far, there are 700 students. This is ready market. So if we are making 10%, as you can see on the slides there, from the money, for example, you have a 2K, then you buy food, I'm getting 10% from that. That is 200 shillings. If I have 10 people, that's 2,000. And the numbers are growing, as you can see in the previous chart. It's now 156. Multiply it by the 200 shillings. This is just 2K. People are buying food of 4K. It depends on what he wants. So basically, this is my team. Someone is going to ask why alone. Yeah, some of them have some things that got them up, but at least I've been able to come and deliver to you the idea. My time is up. I would like to end here. Thank you.
I have 1K. I need food. I need it delivered. Let's talk about the transport costs.
Yeah, actually, I really wanted that part because you're going to find the options in the app. You have 1K, you want food. So when you see that the option is not in the app, that's why here we have the online option. You call me and be like, Andrew. Because when we do that direct talks, we give you the flyers. In the flyers, it has my number. So you'd be like, you know what, Andrew, you're the Chakula guy. Guy, I'm seriously down. I have 1K. So one thing I didn't talk of, there are 2 parties in this app. There's a student who has food in his room, but he doesn't have money. So he can mean to post an ad onto the app. Of course, you pay a subscription. So that's how we also make the money. You post and you're like, guys, I have some matu. So someone will see and is like, oh, I need katogo. Clicks on it. Katogo at a fair price. 1K you're giving me and I have the food. Come on, I have to give it to you. So that delivery part of it, we talk to the border guy directly. So he may be like, in a day, I'm going to pay, let's say, 2,000 for this number of deliveries. So if you have your 1K, you're not the only person ordering for food. There are very many people.
Okay, so that is going to be determined by the time that I need food delivered. Then you have a designed route it's going through. Let's talk about, is it only catering for ready food, or I also order for some raw food? Letelayo emime etano of matoke, and it is delivered. I will cook for myself.
Yeah, thank you. As you can see in the solution here at the fourth solution, we offer you nutritional knowledge, also how to cook. So under nutrition, there are different types of foods that you want. You get it? So if you want your matoke, I can talk to Haj. I'm like, Haj, you're the one who knows this thing. I need this amount. It's like, okay, fine. How much does he have? I'll get it for you. Simple. So it is always available.
Thank you.
Thank you. I think the food challenge is every campus student's nightmare because you might even get food. And let's say all of them want food for 1K. Yeah? All of them are calling the chakula. Can you manage everything?
Yeah, actually, what we do, since we have different restaurants, which we have talked, because personally I've talked to 4, and then these 4 have been doing for me a very great job. So we talk to him and we're like, we want food for this number of people. So he'll say, no, I'm able to provide up to this number. Then I'll be like, fine, I go to second person. Then he also does that. And what I didn't talk of, maybe you should see under here when you're doing the verification, we do the KYC. We have to know your customer. Then also this restaurant, we have to verify what is your capability. We are not just going to connect you to any person. People these days are too evil. So we get your information in that in case anything happens later on, you're able to track back. This is where you got the food from. You made this order from here. So ABCD follows like this. Yeah.
Then I think one thing you're trying to utilize right now is the economies of scale, whereby you get a lot of people in the same vicinity, and you get affordable food from out there. Now, your major criteria is actually transport, because you're not the one making the food, so that's a fixed price. And the people also have varying prices. So your major criteria is actually transport. And the way you can make this work is if you really understand your economies of scale and how you'll be distributing it. And as my colleague mentioned, are you going to look at the maximum path to optimize? Or are you going to say lunchtime is served at midday, break time is at 4, just like the way we used to do it in high school, but like more cater to this environment where you know that at this time there's a truck coming from the city to the campus. So you know that at that time you can already make your order before it comes so that you utilize it. Because managing all these people at a go can be really hard. And it's not one person who can manage it. Even the app. Because now you have to get people who are using you have to get 10, 20 border guys who are going to distribute this food, right? How are they going to find these students? Are they going to call them? Where are you? All that. This is all wasted time. And time is limited, money is limited, and the resources are limited. So you have to optimize within this limited space. How are you going to benefit? But it's a really critical problem. Yeah, just think about it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Andrew, the one who is in charge of the Chakula app. Mr. Joseph behind there also wanted to know whether the app really offers Chikomando. And I do believe it really does offer Chikomando. And also, the app teaches you how to cook different types of food. Some of you with your poor cooking skills, you cook meat and people mistake it for mukene or eggplants. Please, the app is here for you. Our Smart Cook team, we are up to you guys. We are waiting for you. I think it is the last team, pitching team. Then we go or we flash ourselves into the panelists, the debate. So the smart Coco team, please, you're welcome. As the panelists, you get ready because we are really working against time. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much. A good evening to you, ladies and gentlemen. We really want to assure you, you cannot talk about ideas in Uganda if you don't think on agriculture being the backbone of Uganda. I would really love to echo that whoever is seated here right now, in one way or the other, you may be thinking, what is Smart Cuckoo Brooder about? Basically, we are trying to solve problems in agriculture by the knowledge we get as engineering students. Technology is growing, but are we remembering agriculture as what Uganda's economy is based on? That is about 80% of Uganda's economy depends on agriculture. We all love agriculture, but not all of us can go and dig. Yeah? What do I mean here? Poultry is one point where we run to always get quick money. You have your chicks at a small scale. Within a year, you've managed to raise them up. You've expanded. But then, what do we know about poultry, for example? If the death rate of your chicks, if you started with chicks, surpasses 5%, in agriculture, we call that as you're already making losses. If anything is to happen, let your chicks die at least to a level of 5% maximum. So when we researched, we discovered that the most special problem you find is we find a problem of poor maintenance. Not because the farmers are not able to maintain, but the systems that we have are either expensive or they don't reach rural areas. One way we started thinking about this is by developing a brooding system for chicks, which we prototyped. Is here. It can have some features that will be in the final product. In that, this will monitor it itself, like you'll have readings being sent to your phone about the temperature you have in your brooder. Say, for example, the maximum temperature for one day chicks is 35 degrees Celsius. If the heat is beyond 35, this will regulate itself automatically to go back to 35. If it is below, it will run until it pushes that temperature back to 35. So in that way, we are looking at us raising all the chicks to a level whereby you can either get eggs or you can either sell them since they are now mature and you get the money, other than losing them at a tender age or at a young age whereby you can't make money. Even the National Developmental Plan of Uganda talks about improving agriculture using technology. We shouldn't forget that, ladies and gentlemen. I've already told you what the problem is all about. The final design of Smart Cuckoo Brooder will be of this type, in that you have shelves where you put the chicks and where the fans and the heating, all those components be. How it works, I will just demonstrate to you guys. As I've said, automatic regulation is key. Then our market size, we started with Mbarara. As I talk right now, we were supposed to be here about a team of 5 people, but we are here 3 of us because we got a connection with Yoga Chicks, Uganda, but they referred us to start with one of their main buyers in Mbarara, who is Mr. David in Mbarara town. So a team has gone there to tell them about what we have and if probably they can help us to do testing in their farms. Then how unique is this? It is affordable because we have plywood everywhere in Uganda. We have trees everywhere. Then it is affordable, automatic regulation, all that we have. You receive an SMS of the temperature readings. In case there is system failure, the readings remain constant until you come back and maybe see what is wrong in the system. We are now making this, so far the first prototype that we are planning, of course is not this, we are planning for something final that will be under testing. We'll go about for 150, then we are aiming to sell it at 250. I'm not including transport and installation costs. That still goes to us, the team that is manufacturing this. Being a prototype, you need to put that off because of some limitations. Then, of course, go-to-market strategy. We have been online. People have been seeing flyers everywhere. We are happy that agricultural students from town managed to join us and connect us to these farmers. Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
Just a quick one. How many chicks do you approximately plan to fit in one of these Yeah? And secondly, you said that this can be connected to your phone and give you instant. Is it through an app? Is it through Bluetooth? How is that?
Thank you. Let me answer the two questions maybe because of time. One is that the current prototype that is going to be under testing, we want to use a total of about 15 chicks in number. That is what we are going to try, what our group has actually going to present today. Then also, when you come to how you receive the readings, we realized most of our farmers, some of them don't even have smartphones. So we want to use a GSM communication. That is, you receive an SMS on temperature readings. Thank you.
And also, lastly, most of these farmers might not be near major grids. So how is it going to be powered? Is it solar enabled or it's only electricity?
The plan, only that I didn't go to that slide because of time, but we have a future plan in that we want, instead of you maybe waiting for the government to supply you this, or maybe taking this to incubation centers, we basically extend this to rural areas in that the powering we have here is because of just the resources we have and being the start. But this will reach to a level of having solar as the main source of energy. That is our plan. Thank you.
Secondly, why would farmers prefer you over, let's say, the incubators, right? Because now you're saying, say, 50 chicks there, they can take 150. So what benefits are you going to provide as opposed to someone going to the incubator?
Oh, basically, what we realize, there are incubation centers in the country. That is true. But you realize if you had your eggs and you took them to an incubation center, first of all, normally after a period of those chicks coming out after hatching, they expect you to go and pick them and maintain them. If you leave them that side, which means the costs increase. So what if I have my eggs maybe at home, then I decide to incubate them maybe after one day I go with my system, I pick them and start maintaining them at home, other than having the other cost of the incubation center that would be a bit high instead of buying the system at once. Thank you.
Thank you. It's a cool one for largely, of course, a good number of farmers. Here in town, I've personally moved to a number of poultry farms, and apparently they use charcoal briquettes. And they believe it has been a game changer for them. It's way cheaper. Like he says, it deals with much, numbers compared to the 50, for instance. How do you compare yourself with this farmer that uses charcoal briquettes? Could there be some advantages that you might want to have over them?
Yeah, like there are advantages that you can over charcoal stove. For example, you realize if the temperatures go high, you might lose some of your chicks in the system. And also, you might have to be around to see that the charcoal stove is either on or the heat does not surpass the required amount you want. So that is one way we tend to bring their ideas and their attention towards this. You should be have something that regulates it. So in case of any failure, they are able to know even if they are in the next farm or doing a different activity. Then you can come and regulate and maybe call us, give us a call, and we come for maintenance. Because there's even that point of our maintenance, which is about 40,000 shillings. Yeah.
Okay, so in the next pitch, we could leverage a lot on the fact that from wherever I am, as a farm owner, I'm able to monitor from my phone, and it is timely. I really don't have to depend on anyone. Thank you very much.
And it's crazy to think in the midst of it all, you already knew my name.
Team, I think for the ladies who love eating chicken, you have a start. Yeah, a starting point. You can rear your own and you stop disturbing the gentleman with chicken every now and then. We are going to move. each and everything to have it go on as required. However, the panelists, each of you is to have 2 minutes because really time is not on our side. So the following, you are kindly requested to be ready. Miss Nyakesho Trifine, Mr. Wesley Kambale, Mr. Kauta John Baptist, Dr. Comfort Aikoru, who will be joining online, then Miss Naiba Morin, and the moderator, Miss Daisy Arinda. Please, and as they come forward, I would like to invite Mr. Noah to say a word or some remarks towards those who have competed. Thank you so much.
Okay. Hi everyone once again. So, as the judges step out to have a criteria, I just wanted to say something. So, number one is that I've seen a bit of trend, especially for the presenters and also for the audience, right? And this is one thing that I wanted to echo. It is to not only think about Uganda, to not only think about Mbarara, right? I've seen when you were talking about your market, your ultimate goal was to reach throughout Uganda. How about Kenya? How about West Africa? How about South Africa, right? So, okay, so with that, I just wanted to emphasize the need to always think outside the box and think outside the premises you are used to, because we are becoming more interconnected on a global level. Yeah. So whichever solution that you develop from here and out, yeah, I want you to think that there's a market outside the space that we know. Then with that, I would like to thank all the presenters for showing us an amazing, great presentation skills. And as you await for the moment of truth, I would like you to enjoy the panel discussion. Thank you very much.
A loud of applause to Mr. Noah, and a loud of applause to each and every one of you who has managed to make it to this point. Please, the panelists, you are requested to move forward as we move into the next session. And all of you, as long as you are around, please let's try to save time as the compilation of results is going on. Mr. Kauta John Baptist, as you take your academic steps down, Miss Nyakesho, you're most welcome. Miss Naibari, the Vice President of MAST Emeritus. Yeah, she's also with us today. We are most welcome to have you all. I think you can quick start.
Good evening to you all. Thank you so much for coming today. My name is Arinda Daisy Kanchuho. I'm going to be the moderator for this panel discussion. Our theme from today is from ideas to impact. So we're looking at nurturing entrepreneurship and innovation among students. So let's begin with a brief introduction from each of our panelists for today. And I would love you to explain what inspired you to pursue entrepreneurship while studying. So each of us will have 2 minutes. I think we could start with.
Hello, everyone. I'm called Naiba Maureen, a student at Mbarara University of Science and Technology. I'm pursuing a bachelor's degree in electrical and electronics engineering. I'm currently in my 3rd year. And about myself, I began as a Minister of Education in high school. I was a class president at some point, assistant class president, and then was the vice guild president. And currently, I'm a student, yes, but I'm being trained in the Magnetic Resonance Imaging Lab under the supervision of Dr. John Zobongoloch. So um, I'm interested in technology, in innovation and creativity, research. And what inspired me to do all this was curiosity and also the fact that I want to see different things. Because the time I was introduced into the MRI lab, I was really seeing things that are different from what I was used to. So the reason as to why I still do my class and at the same time attend to what I have to learn in line with research in the field of magnetic resonance imaging is because I want to see a change in the community where I am. And also, I know that there is a lot of potential within me. And so I cannot limit myself to only the lectures and also the work that we are given in class. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is JB Eshana Kauta. I'm in my third year. I do a Bachelor's of Science in Petroleum Engineering and Environmental Management. So I'm a founder and CEO of a tech company, tech startup called Fairwatt. Fairwatt is it's a tech startup that is seeking to revolutionize Africa's electricity metering infrastructure. We've gone quite a long way. We started ideation around last year, around this time, July. We've made quite a lot of achievements. We've won quite a lot of awards, including our renewable energy, renewable energy innovation challenge, which was held in Munyonyo, sponsored by the Ministry of Energy and the National Renewable Energy Platform. We've won a grant from Center for Innovation and Technology Transfer, CITT. That was around October last year. We've, forgetting the rest, we received an award from FCI first. And we were also selected to represent IEEE. If you know IEEE, it's International Electrical and Electronics Engineering Institute of Electronics. And having a kind of teaching something like this in Egypt. Yeah, they were selected to represent IEEE in the section. So, okay, I remembered. So starting all of this, I got inspiration. From the people who have innovated, the people who have made things that are novel, things that have changed the community. Yeah, but the main drive is to be someone. Yeah, because each one of us will have to grow up. Like we are growing up definitely. But one day will come when you have to survive on your own. Yeah, you have to make your own money. Yeah, you won't have to rely on your parents, definitely. You have to make a family. And so that should be the main drive for you to come up with new ideas, to innovate. Yeah, so balancing it with academics, it's definitely tough because there are times you're supposed to accomplish a task in the project, but then you're having a test, and then you have to maneuver that. Yeah, so you have, so I've been able to make my priorities straight. Yeah, I know my academics are important, but also my startup is my future. Yeah, so how I've been able to maneuver, I definitely sleep very few hours. Yeah, I spend most of my time awake and working.
Hi everyone, how are you guys doing? My name is Trifin Yakecho. I'm in my final year of biomedical engineering. I have done quite a number of things while at campus. I've served as a president for the Rotaract Club of Must. I have sold cakes. I've connected people, something people call brokering. So I have quite the experience when it comes to entrepreneurship, both social and the innovative type. Currently, my team and I are working on a device that is yet to come on the market. We call it the Mal AI. It's going to be a tool that helps to diagnose malaria using artificial intelligence. So it eliminates the need for gizma stained blood samples and instead, runs a shortcut, and then you're able to have your malaria results in the shortest time possible. So what inspired me to be an entrepreneur and a student is One, the resources at school. Yes, I realized that you know, time moves whether you utilize these resources or not, and that's one of the things that actually helped me to, like keep on reading and reading extensively. Then I also realized that there are so many challenges in our communities that we kind of tend to overlook. Yeah, so it really helped me so much when I read and like kind of discovered those challenges. And then also the kind of friends that I have been around. I would like to let you know that your social capital is equal to your, can I say, net worth or something like that. Yeah, so it's the friends that have been around that have really helped me open my mind to certain possibilities that I didn't think were possible. So that's also one thing that has really encouraged me as a student. And then also, um, I would be unfair if I did not mention my mother because she's also quite the entrepreneur. And I've been seeing her as a child, doing things here and there. And yeah, it kind of also motivated me to be who I am today. Thank you.
Good evening. I'm with I'm a machine learning engineer, currently working with Brown Beverages. I'm also an entrepreneurship consultant with the Innovation Village. By default, I'm a computer science, and that means we like to call ourselves as problem solvers. So we are the first line of innovation when it comes to that area. And so my inspiration, what I would call really my motivation around entrepreneurship is simple. I'm a problem solver, and for one to live by in the society that we are in, you have to make money, right? So when you get problem solving skills, that is the innovation part, and you add the need to make money, because more money, and that is entrepreneurship. To me, there shouldn't be any other sort of motivation except to make more money. As simple as that. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Wow, I've had motivation, making money. I've heard about prioritizing. I've heard about social capital. I believe these things you've been hearing them, and by the time our panelists emphasize on them, then you should take them seriously. So our first question goes to Mr. JB. Collaboration is often key to success in entrepreneurship. Could you share an example of a collaboration or partnership that played a significant role in your growth of your venture? How did it come about and what benefits did it bring?
Yeah, so talking about collaboration, yeah, definitely collaboration is one of the strongest pillars of any successful project, any successful business, or any successful venture. Um, so starting out, I when I had the idea, when I conceptualized it, just the no ideas come in stages. The process of ideation is quite complex. So there's that part where you like have an idea of an idea. Yeah, that's when I reached out to one of my lecturers. Yeah, and he was very welcoming. He introduced me to another lecturer who is quite good at design and project and product development and pitching. Yeah, and I think this is the strongest connection. Of course, I've met so many people, I've interacted with many people, but this guy is the strongest collaboration I've had because I used to meet with him very often and he encouraged me to keep going on. Yeah, he taught me how to pitch. I pitched quite many times, but he literally taught us. I pitched with Miss Pavin quite very many times, but he taught us how to do that, and it has helped us win quite a lot of awards and a grant. Yeah, we did the design with him, the ideation, because the process of ideation is you keep asking yourselves questions. It's like you ask yourself a question, you answer it, then you modify your solution. Yeah, so I think that's the strongest collaboration. So I think you shouldn't minimize the people around you. Yeah, your strongest collaboration could be that person right next to you.
I think that summarizes it that we don't know it all, so we need to seek out guidance from our elders or anyone you think that is better than you in a particular area. Due to time, we're going to try to keep it short, 2 minutes each for your question. The next question goes to Dr. Comfort. The next question goes to Mr. Wesley. Failure is often considered a part of the entrepreneurial journey. Can you share an experience where you faced a significant setback or failure? How did you handle it? And what did you learn from that experience?
Thank you, Daisy, for that. I think the experiences that I've had mixed with a lot of failure are quite numerous, but I'll share one that is quite recent. Just immediately after campus, me and a colleague sat down and tried to, analyze the current fintech products that we have. Most of you have used either Cheaper Cash, Eversend, or Wave, and these are financial technology applications that we have that are trying to transform, the way we do financial transactions. And we found some loopholes and then decided we can, on these loopholes, we can try to improve the existing solutions and have one mega super fintech application. And the developers that we are, we jumped right into coding. We started writing the code, testing it, and everything. But along the way, we realized one very important thing that we had missed before we dived into the coding part, and that was doing extensive market research. You see, as students, we have the brains to think about anything innovative. Everyone here can come up with innovative, but we don't get the opportunity or even the resources to do extensive market research. Just everyone that has presented here, most of the innovations are coming from our minds, our situations, but that's not how the market operates. You realize that whatever you're building here needs to be adjusted out to the market. So while we're building this and trying to test it out, we realize we're just going to fail. We're just going to fall flat. And what we've done to overcome that, to get near to launch the final product, is that we've had to sit down and do market research. We've had to sit down and iterate through the steps and how the product is supposed to function. We've had to sit down to seek support and advice from the people that are in the market. Either they are market players, they're stakeholders, or they are users. And we've also had to sit down to push through to collaboration. He has talked about collaborations, so it's a very important thing. If we have Cheaper Cash, cheaper cash, I can talk to them and see how we collaborate with them. So yeah, that's been my experience and some of the ways we're trying to overcome that and probably launch the product by end of this year.
Thank you so much. Okay. We shouldn't be sharing failures. Take it upon yourself to keep on doing something until it finally comes out. The next question goes to Shane. Building a startup often involves taking risks. Can you share a moment when you took a calculated risk that led to a significant breakthrough or learning experience?
Well, actually have two experiences. One led to a success and one was a typical failure. The failure was my cake business that I started in first year. I think some of you weren't around, but the fourth years were around by then. And I remember I started it based on the motivation that your homework didn't have, foodstuffs and all that. And I remember I used to bake from home and I used to bring cakes to school. Now, mind you, I learned how to bake from YouTube. It's not something that I went to class for. So initially it was it was a very successful thing. I used to, do my books of accounts and things were tallying. And so one time I got a client that said she wanted a birthday cake. Good enough, my friends and my family were really, really supportive. So this client tells me she wants a birthday cake, and I said, of course, I can deliver. I mean, if I was able to do the cupcakes, I can make a birthday cake. You guys. I took the woman's money. I took her money and decided to buy ingredients. First of all, I kind of undervalued the cake, so I ended up spending money to make the cake, which was a disaster. And yeah, so I did the cake. It wasn't crumbles. It wasn't even, like it wasn't one piece. It was literally breaking. And I remember I was shivering, and I asked my auntie, because I was staying with her at the time. I asked her, what should I do? She told me, you know what? Just go and deliver the cake the way it is. So I took the cake, and I was not proud of my work. And she was a very kind lady. She told me, okay, yeah, I understand, it's just a start, but I would advise that you go and actually take, actual baking classes before you like decide to sell to people such things. She was a very kind lady, and she actually offered to pay for me. Yes, so I actually took classes during COVID, and it's something I'm going to like start when I finish school. I don't know if I have time, but for the second one, it was the app that we are doing right now, the Mal AI. When we started out, we were just three, me and my two friends, the medical students, and we were thinking about ways and how to, help in eliminating malaria. And at first, our solution really, really sounded very vague and almost unrealistic. So we took a risk in itself to even try to, like suggest a solution. But we pitched the first time for a grant called, I think, Global Grant Challenge. And we weren't able to make it because we weren't very sure of how we're going to solve the problem of malaria. And then we decided to sit down, we read extensively, we tried out things, we involved machine learning engineers. Yeah, we really, really read, and then we invested money and came up with a viable product. And so when we presented the second time, we actually won the grant. Yeah, and for me, the take home at that point was not to fear, to take everything one step at a time, just like, the builders put one brick on top of each other. Everything that we do eventually leads to a grand house. Yeah, that's what I can say.
Thank you so much. Thanks for the heads up. I was also supposed to start a meeting, but this personally today I've learned having always like ensures to bring this to people. Like you see her effort in like making people come to Starthub to learn. Pitching, you may not get it the first time, but I stood here and I was so like I was impressed by how people come up with ideas and actually believe in themselves enough to come and present. And that's something very beautiful, and we cannot take it for granted. So the next question goes to Maureen. Balancing academics with entrepreneurship can be demanding. How do you manage your time effectively to excel in both areas?
Thank you very much. I sell makamo in whole, so that's one quick one. Because for the other research and everything, that is really long term. Like you have to invest your time and energy, and then all your friends are like, all my friends usually ask, "What are you even benefiting? Are you paid?" Because like in those developed countries, in Canada, US, and everything, if a student is being trained in the lab, they're usually paid, and also their tuition is being paid. But then in Uganda, it's really voluntary. Like you have to know what you want to pick from that place, especially if you've been selected and you get an opportunity to be under someone's supervision. That's usually mainly for master's students and PhD. So as an undergrad, just take up the opportunity, then you look at the money later on, as opposed to Wesley, who has to make money when it's entrepreneurship. For my case, it's usually skills first, what I gain, and then we shall look at the money later. So for the money bit right now, Makamo in whole, yeah, of course, when I started, it was really hard I just wanted to bring up something different, and I hope these guys like it. Pavin, hope you guys like it. And how I manage to balance academics and entrepreneurship is keeping friendships strong. Because I've realized that you can't do it all on your own. I have a friend, Martha. She helps me a lot. And like I'm usually up and down because now I have to be in the lab. I have to be in wholesaling Makamo. I have to go to class. I have to go for St. Luke's and I'm the mama there. Oh my God. I'm like, okay, what is going on? But don't quit. Make friends and work together. For class, work in teams. The fact that you are an innovator, the fact that Okochi is so good at programming, the fact that Anne-Mary is so good at robotics and everything should not keep her away from the peers because you are good at that, but your friends are good at some other things. So if you stay in teams and work with the people you study with, then they can help you out. So the main thing that has helped me keep up with academics and entrepreneurship and innovation and all those new things I get involved in is the fact that I have kept my relationships with the people around me and also closely with the people that are in charge. For example, in class, I'm very close to my lecturers, so I can always meet Mr. Robert and ask him about something that bothers me. Yeah, that's really it.
Thank you so much. And as for the Makamo, I think we enjoy it. It helps us a lot. Okay. Yeah, relationships do matter a lot in these things. We can't do it alone. All of us, we're like a body. She may be the nose, he's the ear, the other one. So we are all needed, and we all have our different talents and abilities. Actually, we need to you need to identify your ability and also help a person to identify her ability or talent so that you can work as a team. But if you tend to look at another person's ability and wish to have it and focus on having it and saying maybe she's good at robotics, let me go, let me try also to her. So no, you can actually get on board and be like, I have this idea and I know you're good at this, we could work together. Okay. So our last question for today is sorry, okay. So this one is open to any of you, whoever feels like. Can you share a specific example of how your entrepreneur endeavor or innovative solution has made a positive impact on individuals, communities, or society at large?
I'll start. Makamo, I'm so sorry for fronting this, but I like it as well. I just remind you guys, don't take it too much, you might gain a lot of weight. But then it really helps out because it's fast, and my friends have testified that it's really good. So that's the one I'll start with for now. Yeah. And then for the MRI and everything, because I happened to attend the ISMR conference in Canada some days back, and I don't know if I was the only undergraduate student, but I didn't really identify many. Just that the people were in my age bracket, but just they were PhD students and they were 22 and I was confused. But then it's okay, we shall make it. So I was able to front an idea of having us engaged in this because this is all great. Oh my God, the pads, the lip balm, the lip gloss, but we have to sit down and read. Something close to what Wesley said. Yes, we are good, but then there is more. Like Africa, we really have to read and everything. So I'm thinking we should get together and really dive deep into what we have. You're making those pads. Look at how different you can make them. Trust me, I have seen reusable pads before, but what can you make that? So concentrate deeper, and I think we come together, work hard, and do better at innovation.
Yeah. So we are working on a project. We haven't yet gone to the market, but we hope to do that before the end of the year. So our solution is what the value we want to give to the people is to save landlords from installing meters for every tenant because it's really expensive. And we also want to enable equal distribution of energy costs for rental residents. We also want to cut the carbon footprint of the industry that makes these electricity meters, because if an entire rental residence only uses 1 meter instead of remaining, you're kind of cutting the carbon footprint. Yeah, so I think the value you are giving to people is it's economic, if it really aligns so well with the SDGs, SDGs 7, 9, 11, 13, and yeah, and 12.
In most cases, as I tried entrepreneurship journey, I've tried to distance myself from some of the innovations and the things that we're building. But I'm a very diehard music fan, and in music we are having an application called Monya. Some of you may have seen it around as we post about it or market. And the impact it's creating is that the people that use it to stream music are getting to feel the Ugandan music and get the Ugandan groove. We have local artists that are building their career using that platform. We don't have any of your big artists so far. The plan is to start from ground up. So you will discover artists from Kasese, from Kabale, from northern Uganda, from eastern Uganda, and try to give them platform and see how they build their career. So that's some of the impact we are creating. When it comes to e-commerce, we are running the Eastcat, that is in Soroti. It's more like a platform like Jumia. We use Jumia, but you know that Jumia is not scaling to every part, and we thought there is a gap in Soroti, and we can fill that with Eastcat. And for the people that have pitched today, this is some sort of hope for you guys. Eastcat was one of the very first innovations from Mbarara University to win in the Starthub National Pitch event. That was in 2021. Yes, the very first pitch event for Starthub. So whatever you pitched here today can go out there, win through the pitch competitions, but also create a lot of impact. I've heard from the people doing reusable pads. We've seen those with brothers. That is something that is going to create a lot of impact there, and you shouldn't let it die from here.
Thank you so much. We can look at the impact, what it does to those that your project or your idea is targeting to. But also, I believe this is an impact. Personally, I'm in year one, pursuing civil engineering, and having these guys, or like these guys never settle. Today you're hearing this one, then the next one this one. So you're like, what am I doing? So I remember approaching one of them, and then they were like, you can actually do it. You don't need to know so much. I was like, but I need knowledge. You can start, and let's try to help one another, to like motivate one another and to push one another, because through that you'll be teaching someone how to pitch, how to think of an idea, and you also give them confidence to push for what they believe in also. Yeah. So you guys are actually you're very impactful to us, and we're highly blessed to have you guys. Okay, very last one. What advice do you have to fellow students who are just starting on their entrepreneurial journey? This one can go to all of you.
Okay, I'll go first. I think the first thing I would tell the young entrepreneurs is to be curious, to have a curious spirit, read extensively, but most importantly, trust in yourself. Trust in yourself, because there are days that are going to come and you won't want to step out of your bed because your innovation is not going the way you wished for it to go. And it's on those days that your persistence and your trust in yourself is going to keep you pushing until you see the light at the end of the tunnel. Yeah.
Well, I think my advice is today, 3 years ago. That is my advice. We are here today because 3 years ago, I helped found this club, the Starthub club that we have here today. I was the very first, among the very first set of the ambassadors. By that time, we were ambassadors. Now you're directors, big names and offices. Yeah, but the reason was, as students, we have the minds to innovate, very fresh, raw minds. But there's one thing that will stop you from achieving what you want to achieve because it's not within the university. The university can only offer you probably resources, but it cannot offer you exposure. She has talked about being curious. You need to go out there and use that curiosity to learn and be exposed in your area of focus. So one of the motivations behind bringing this club was you're at the university, but you don't know what it feels like. You don't know what pitching looks like. You don't know what it means to be judged, not by your lecturers who are going to give you A's and B's, but by people who will look at you and say, I'm giving you 1 million for your innovation. I'm giving you 10 million for your innovation. So as you start out on your entrepreneurship journey, you need to get out of the university. You need to be exposed. We are having students here who participated in the High Innovator program from NSSA. They could not make it out there if they stayed within the university. Okay? Today you're here. Whoever wins today, I don't know who, but you're going for the national pitch in Kampala. That is exposure. That is getting out of the university. Yes? Doesn't end in your class. Whatever you do in your class, that is paperwork. Or whatever you need to achieve as an entrepreneur, it is out of this university. So go out there. If you're going to do broiders, if you're going to do reusable pads, get out. That's where your market is. That's where the knowledge is. That's my advice to you.
Yeah. So how many of you guys watch Supercar Blondie? Like how many of you guys like watch these channels? You do? Yeah. Where they show people who have very nice cars. Yeah. What do you notice when they're showing people with very nice cars? People who drive Lamborghinis and Ferraris. When they ask them, what do you do for a living? Most of these are, they tell you, I own a company, or my daddy started this company, or my great-grandfather started this company. So that just gives you, I think that should motivate you to really work, to really start up something. I think God has given every one of us a brain. I believe in God. Yeah, I believe God really exists and he does amazing things. And I believe he has given each and everyone the ability to do something. Yeah, to do something to feed themselves, feed their family, change the community. Yeah, but it starts from you getting out of your comfort zone. Yeah, so what did I want to say? Yeah. Okay, I was forgetting. Yeah, so yeah, you really should put in the work because as she said, you have to be persistent. Yeah, there are times that are going to come and you're going to fail, definitely. You'll fall, but you'll definitely have to rise up. Yeah, that's it.
Thank you very much, JB. So what I have to say is, yeah, whichever group you belong to, believe in. Okay, I don't know who you believe in, but put God first. Yeah, I'm just trying to say that you really have to believe that things can happen, and again, believe in yourselves. I don't think it's a coincidence that you're the person seated in that seat right now. I don't think you're just there for any bit of show or anything. You're actually great. So regardless of the results and everything, you guys are all very great people. And again, do not forget to work in teams. You're so good at something. I'm good at something totally different. I always tell JB we are two different people, but at the end of the day, everyone has to come up with something very good to help out the community. Keep up the confidence. And I always tell my friends that if only you knew the kind of potential you had, you would do much more than you do right now. Do not just look at yourself as someone who came here and there's a lady who was really smiling very well. I think she was the lip balm lady. And I was like, oh my God, too much energy. And that is very good. That is your gift. And you're doing great in your field and you've done great already. And this is not the end. You're all great people. So go out there and exploit whatever opportunity you get. And we shall be here to clap for you guys and say, this is my friend, and everything will be great. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much, dear panelists of today. I think we have learned a lot. Personally, I've learned a lot. May God bless you as you keep on inspiring us. And we hope to keep on interacting with you and gaining more knowledge from you. Yeah, I think we can take back our seats. Thank you for listening.
Thank you so much, the panelists. They have been carrying out a debate, and I believe we have learned a lot from them. A loud of applause to them once again. At this juncture, allow me invite Mr. Noah to say something about the judging criteria, because we are moving into a groundbreaking session. Thank you so much. Mr. Noah, you're most welcome.
Thank you very much. With that spirit, I wanted to first give a couple of remarks before we have the moment of truth and we have the winners. So first of all, I would like you guys to give a round of applause to the people who took the heart to come and present here, which is something very hard to do. So one thing I want to say is that for all those who have presented today, whether you are the so-called winner in a conventional sense, the ultimate win that you're going to get is when you see your product out in the market. Yes? So don't be discouraged that today I didn't win, I was not among the winners, because even when it comes to these judging criteria, all the teams are always on different levels. Yeah? So with that heart, I want you to embark on this path and let the work of your innovations guide you. What that means is when you go out to the market, as you get customer feedback, as you talk to more customers, as you go back, reiterate and develop your idea, let that be your guidance and not ultimately whether you have won or lost. So I want you to remember that as you take every step forward, no matter how small or how fast, every mistake is a lesson learned. And every success is something to ponder upon. So every challenge should be seen as an opportunity for growth and not as a way of giving up. So embrace the journey with always an open mind and open arms. So with this, I would like to tell everyone here to keep innovating, keep pursuing, and keep dreaming, because this world belongs to those who dream and not for those who wait for dreams to come true. But you have to go and get it, right? So in that sense, I would also want to give some of the criteria we had when we were judging. So as I said, first of all, you have to look at the unique problem that someone is solving, right? And however much unique all the ideas were, what we talked about urgency, right? How urgent is it to solve this problem? Then secondly, we also looked at market potential and what I was telling you guys earlier. Don't only look at Mbarara or Must or Uganda. There's always a market outside there. Yes? So we shouldn't be captivated by the idea of only being here, but always dreaming outside the world. Then thirdly, it is looking at the market potential and profitability. Because at the end of the day, if you cannot be self-sustainable and you cannot actually develop the idea within your own capacity instead of asking for charity, that's also another aspect of it. Lastly, we looked at also the team, their strength, and their commitment. So with that, I would once again like to thank the audience as well, who was patient enough to wait for all this time to witness this amazing session. And in that spirit, I would like to invite all the judges to the stage as we prepare to award our winners. Yeah? So judges, let's receive them with a round of applause, please.
understand anymore. Everything no day like it day before. I don't know you're working from 9 to 4. I go to sit there and you never come. Cause somebody be trying to take all of me from me. And I don't know what to do. But I no go let go. I did on my 10 toes for a little settle. No go let the devil. All of you my happiness and I found you for me. I see they call you honey. But you know picking my call no more. You know they picking my call no more. No more. Don't you pick it with my heart. I've been calling you.
Can I have Tumuramia Justice? There's no team. Can I have Katwe CJ Edmund? No? Jalebuza Ronald? No? Okay. Okay, let's receive him with a round of applause. Morosi Dixon, a round of applause. Okay, can I have Kato Obadia? Can I have Kaisirike Fred?
They cool my temperature. If you call, I go come deliver.
Can I have Nwasa Sierra Lillian?
Forever, I'm a cocky no feeble letter.
Can I have Alan Grace Tabula? Yeah, a round of applause. Can I have Nabale Martha Claire? No, Gloria, sorry. A round of applause. Can I have Etiang Aaron? A round of applause. Can I have Akatiuba Emmanuel? Can I have Imulai Jotham Marcos? A round of applause. Can I have Kukunda Penelope? Can I have Nabi Salu Sauda? Nabi Salu. No? Okay, can I have Mujuzi Dennis? Round of applause. Can I have Kadogo Christopher? Can I have Businji Anthony?
I don't walk that many kilometers. Learn from the teacher.
Can I have Kabugudo Daniel? Can I have Arinitwe Ivan? Okay. Okay. Can I have Tino Kusima Majorin? Can I have Animbabazi Angela? A round of applause, guys. Can I have Agabas Atumanya? Can I have Oloro Joshua? Can I have Ongodia Andrew Isaac? Can I have Kutesa Boni? Can I have Aijuka Vincent? Guys, some energy on the claps. Yeah. Can I have Kamba Tracy Ann? Can I have Ashaba Janitor Desire? Can I have Frank Magezi? I don't know that one. Frank Magezi? Okay. Thank you very much. So now we go to the moment of truth, yeah? I want to get the audience to say, who do you think is winning? Huh? Wuba. Okay. So before lastly I announce, I want you guys to know about what we call the National Inter-University Pitch Event. Yeah, the National Inter-University Pitch Event is an annual event among all the universities under Starthub, where students get to come and pitch their ideas on a national level and get to win of funding of up to 10 million Ugandan shillings, right? And this means that one of these teams among the winners will be able to get the opportunity to be in our national pitch event. Yeah? So with that, I'm going to mention the top 3 teams, and this is not in a particular order, yeah? So to avoid that confusion, I have listed those teams in alphabetical orders, yeah? So let me start with the last one, yeah? Not last in terms of an idea, but in terms of alphabetical order, yeah? And this team is none other than... DJ, are we ready? We need some energy, we need some energy. This team is none other than Smart Cuckoo Buddha. Let's have them here, let's have them here.
Grips on your ways, front way, back way. Amazing. You know that I don't play. Streets not safe, but I never run away, even when I'm away. OT, OT, there's never much love when we go OT. I pray to make it back in one piece. I pray, I pray. That's why I need a one dance. Got a Hennessy in my hand. One more time before I go. Higher powers taking a hold on me.
Nice, nice, nice. Thank you very much, Smart Cuckoo Buddha. I would like to congratulate you on this milestone, and we look forward to seeing you go to the national pitch event, yeah? Please have your... Guys, let's give them a round of applause.
Strength and guidance.
The second team. I would love to give hints on this team so that we make things a bit exciting, yeah? This team had a lady presenter. How many of them had lady presenters? Yeah? Should I define her based on height? Huh? Or the smile? So, the winner, again, based on alphabetical order, yeah? Don't say that they're the second best, they're top 3, yeah? And the winner for this level is none other than Instant Biomed. Let's have them here.
body, it puts in my heart for lockdown, oh lockdown. Girl, you sweet like phantom, phantom. If I tell you say I love you, you know they for me young girl, oh young girl. No tell me no, 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 oh, 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 oh. Baby, come give me your lo, 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 lo.
Amazing, amazing. Let's give them a last round of applause. So, before I announce the last one, I'll give you a quote my primary teacher used to give me. And he used to always give me that quote every time he gives us an unexpected quiz. And he tells us, expect the unexpected. Yeah? So with this one, I would like to announce the last winning team. Again, alphabetical order. So which alphabet do you think is left? Huh? Is it A? Is it B? Huh? Chakula. Huh? So, this team portrayed, and still I go back to the judging remarks that we used, yeah? They portrayed an innovative skill, a need of the market, and the potential to also grow, yeah? So with this, DJ, I hope you prepared a song to make this building calm down, yeah? So, the final winner for this speech event is none other than, but I first want to talk about the team. This team, what I love the most is by the time you come to a pitch event and you demonstrate your product can work, it's something that can really validate it, yeah? Then secondly, it is a potential to grow, yeah? And thirdly, of course, the passion and drive to push this product, right? And the winner is none other than the one and only Clean Visage! Let's have them here! Woo! Let's go, let's go, let's go!
Low key, all of them done they notice. I'm not joking, all my guys them know me. Since '06, I've been writing this story. I know be OG, but if you ask them know me. I know they blow trees, only know ye me low. Music chose me, just know this and know peace. I get low key, but I'm never. Every little thing you did do to me, you sweet to me for a body.
Congratulations, all the winning teams. And as I said, just to re-echo, yeah, all of us are winners. And this is not just in a sense of being a motivational speaker, which clearly I'm not, but it's rather the grit to actually come and present your idea, yeah? And of course, it might hurt. Let me tell you, every time I've pitched, I think I've lost more than I've won, yes? But it doesn't stop you from actually pushing, yeah? So for those who didn't get the chance to be on the stage, trust me, there's always a next time. And for those who have gotten a chance to win, this is not the final one. This is not the final round. If you're representing MUST on a national level, guys, people can make you sweat on that level. So there's a long road ahead of you. So with that, I would like to thank all the participants. And now I will want to give a chance to our guest of honor. But before I mention him, I would like to request the judges to go and take their seats. So one of the judges has been moved by some of the ideas here, and he wanted to talk about a further opportunity for the two teams among the teams that have presented. So let's hear him out for 1 minute.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Sankara Beruhanga from Creative Campus and also the Innovation Village. Among the teams that presented, there are those that really didn't make it to the top 3, but have, potential to kind of scale. So my people that deal with pads, the Innovation Village will particularly partner with you to have the product taught or skilled within the refugee camp. So the costs in terms of materials, training costs, and all that can always be discussed. Then, particularly, we'll partner with you on that. That doesn't mean that we will stop at that. There are several other refugee camps. We are also looking at prisons, and that is before moving to Kasese and other districts. So there is that. Then there's a program that I coordinate in the region called Academy for Women Entrepreneurs, AWE, that is implemented by the US Embassy. So all teams that had women or ladies on their teams, or if you feel you could have a lady on Uber, for instance. So the application link will go out tomorrow and it will close by 14th July. It's an opportunity that you could also grab. Their sessions are easy. It's an online course that you do, but we facilitate them here in Mbarara. And then later you compete internally for between 1,000 to 2,000 US dollars. Then later you compete at a national level also for 10,000 US dollars. So that will be an opportunity. But the second team, meanwhile, was the BAM. Yeah. So that one will immediately, at least for the academy program, immediately apply, and we know they will be able to grab their space within the program. Then the rest of the teams, as long as we have ladies on our teams, or we can actually add them, we could go ahead and also apply for the program. Otherwise, thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you very much. And as I said, it doesn't stop here. For all the teams who've been inspired and who want to take their idea to the next level, please don't stop here, whether it's with this idea or another one. So with this regards, let me invite our guest of honor, which will give the closing remarks. He's none other than your own lecturer, Dr. Manasseh, and he'll explain what he does and why he's here on a higher note. Let's please welcome him with a round of applause.
Thank you, Noah. And good evening, everyone. I didn't know that I would end up a guest of honor. These days it's becoming fashionable to be a guest of honor in most of the students' functions. The previous week I found myself with students. Again, I was a guest of honor again this time. But it is a pleasure to interact with men and women of ideas. In this space, there is no protocol. The protocol is the idea. And to me, that is the most important thing that has been brought on board at MAST. So in a special way, I want to thank the members and the organizations that put this event together to happen. In this regard, I don't know, women take makers. Those are which ones? Women take makers. Any representation from there? Yes, so please let's clap for them because I think they made the support. Of course, I can't doubt the role of Starthub Africa. Thank you, Starthub Africa. I think you have done a lot of mentorship. What I've seen here, every team is capable to express themselves. That's a very important communication skill that we are bringing up in our community at MAST. Thank you very much for this support. Then we have creative. These ones always keep us visible. The team of creative, all of you wave at us, wherever you are. Actually, creative, you are doing it, and please keep it up. I've in particular admired this aspect of leveraging digital media and local content. There is a lot of ideas, there are a lot of things we need to develop in among ourselves, but we lack visibility. And indeed, they are here to serve and fill the space. Innovation Village. I didn't know that it would be here, but at least it has been ably represented. And it's within our community. There is a lot of working space there, and we can always benefit from there as a student community. And in a special way, to be a bit selfish, I want to thank the Ukobzu project. This is the project that I lead in MUST, and it is trying to promote increased youth employability through skilling, innovations, experiential learning, and technology transfer. I'm grateful that we have been brought on board, and in a special way for that reason, I want to thank the organizing team of Starthub Africa MUST Club that saw it fit that we should join this wave. Thank you very much, and I want to pledge that as a team leader on this project, going forward, we are going to work together. We are going to work together in at least two respects. One, we are going to work together to ensure that we develop a communication strategy that promotes innovations and entrepreneurship activity at MUST. We want to be an entrepreneurial university, and there is no way we are going to be an entrepreneurial university without the students' involvement. You are going to be the change agents. You are going to become the mouthpiece of change within the university and in the communities where we come from. And for that reason, we are going to strongly build a partnership arrangement for that. And I think this also will create a revenue potential for this club, because there is no club without a business model that will survive, that will remain sustainable. Secondly, we are going to partner in organizing entrepreneurship and innovation cafes. I think we need these cafes so that more ideas are generated. This time, we want to develop ideas with industry, not from our own cocoons of professions, but now with industry. We say now, let's go for health, we attack health. If we are going for manufacturing of iron sheets, we attack that area, we find a solution for them. And I think through that, our students will become more relevant to industry, and therefore, we expect increased youth employability. So in those two respects, and others may emerge along the way, I think we have every reason to collaborate. The third area, which is still virgin and we are developing as a project, is that we are building alliances with umbrella national organizations where ideas should be taken for incubation. One of them we have seen is Starthub Africa, but we also need to bring on board Uganda Industrial Research Institute. Uganda Industrial Research Institute, we're already in discussions with them, and we want to take these tech ideas, these biomedical ideas. I saw a lot of pharmaceutical ideas. We want to take them there. They have competent experts and they have labs, and we can benefit from these facilities without paying a fee. This is the taxpayers' money, and we, the innovators, stand to benefit from them. So this is a third crucial area in which we are going to look into how we can collaborate and build our capabilities and our future. I'm happy that we are no longer thinking that our careers are about employment, but now we are thinking of self-employment. With self-employment, it's a sure deal. It is your ideas growth that grows with you, not your CV. You know, with employment, it is your CV that drives you. But here, it is the idea and its development. And I, as Tom Himbisi, I'm a living testimony of this. I started this entrepreneurship and innovation career in 2018, and I just started pitching like you are pitching here. That's how I was doing it by 2018. I started like that. Then I got one idea, it passes, I win a grant. I put up another idea, it passes, I win a grant. And as I speak now, I have not less than 3 running grants concurrently, excluding this one. You can imagine? And so that means I'm building a team of people I'm working with that are also now granting employability. At the same time, I'm transferring skills. So this is the journey we expect you also to start as teams. Don't think that because you are not among the 3, you have lost. I want to assure you, we are all on the what? On the right course. And with this, we should be proud of Mbarara University that has built an enabling environment to allow innovations and entrepreneurship to thrive. We have a ready policy about innovations and entrepreneurship. And now we have already sensitized, again working with Starthub Africa, mentors in entrepreneurship to join hands with us. At the same time, in every faculty, there is a hub. So which means ideas are being generated every other day. So in that way, I want us all to clap for Mbarara University top management that has created this enabling environment. And as I go back, this is the message I'm going to tell them. That the youth at Mbarara University today are ready to champion change through entrepreneurship and innovation. And I want to be hopeful that at the national event, even the must will win. So the 3 winning teams, please don't go back and rest. Rehearse and make sure you have the best. Consult, do research, and seek every possible support to make sure that you are able to run and compete at a national level. As you can see, all the top 3 ideas that we have come up with can compete even at a global level. In other words, our expectation is that we should have enterprises born from Uganda but operating beyond Uganda. This is the dream that Starthub Africa, that Mbarara University, and all of us who have participated in this must cherish. With those many words, I want to stop at this and congratulate everyone. And unless there is something else, announce that the closure of this event. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Manasseh. A loud of applause to Dr. Manasseh. And a loud of applause to each and every one of you who has managed to make it here today. Because the Nigerians have a saying which says that there is no virgin that you meet in a maternity ward. And indeed it is true. You being here means you're innovative. If you were not innovative, you wouldn't be here. So when you visit the maternity ward, there is no virgin there. And when you come in this building right now, you're not going to find someone who is innovative. Allow me invite Madame Pavin to give a vote of thanks. And we shall call it a memorable day. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chiemba Uthman. Good evening to you all. Now the energy is very low. Good evening, everyone. How are we all doing? Oh, okay, thank you so much, everyone. I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to all of you, that the teams that are here that have presented their ideas, and have to also congratulate the winning teams, and to also send a word of encouragement to those that haven't been able to go through. This is just one step. There are very many more coming. There are very many more opportunities, very many more hubs that would like and work with students who have brilliant ideas. And I would like to encourage you to take up such opportunities because all of you qualify, but we had to take on a few. And I wish you all the best in your ventures. Allow me to extend my gratitude to our panel that was composed of Starthub alumni and student entrepreneurs who have launched their businesses. Some of them have already left, some are still here. And also to extend my gratitude to our panel of judges, Dr. Manasseh, Keisha, and Noah and Sankara. Thank you so much for honoring our invitation and coming to be our judges on our event. I would like to also send my gratitude to our coaches, Joanita and Noah, for their extensive support in organizing the event. I would like to thank the faculty members and administrators in their absentia for their support and their sponsorship for making sure that the event is a success. And I would like to also thank our partners. Some of them, you've seen them on the judges table. Mr. Sankara with Creative Media and Dr. Manasseh from Project 5 of the UCOMS, and Sankara again from Innovation Village, and Sumaya. Thank you so much for supporting us and being with us with Women Tech Makers. And also, I would like to extend my gratitude to Startup Africa for organizing the event and extending their support towards the event. I'd also like to thank the Startup Africa Mbarara University Club members that have been working really tirelessly. I think they deserve a round of applause. So I think that the people that I call the most and tell them if I need something, it has to be here, and they always respond positively. So I would like to extend my gratitude to you. And finally, I would like to extend my gratitude to our chief guest and our panelist and our judge, Dr. Manasseh, for honoring our invitation and being here on time, and also the rest of the judges for being here with us today. Without, there is no any complaints or anything, I'd like to end here. I don't know if I introduced myself. I didn't. Okay, it happens all the time. Anyway, so sorry for not introducing myself. My name is Pavin Chohire, and I am the Startup Campus Director for Mbarara University. And I am very pleased and very happy to see you, to have hosted you. And if you have any questions regarding Startup Africa or Startup Mbarara University, then feel free to reach out to me, and I'll be able to help in any way that I can. For those that are going back to town campus, transport is on its way, and we really hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Madam Pavin. She is also the Research and Innovation Secretary of Mbarara University Engineering Society Emeritus. So at this juncture, I would like to say the day has ended, but before we quit, silently around 30 seconds, think about 3 people you would thank for today. Just 3 people, or for your life. 3. And mention those 3 names in your heart. I think just 3 names. Don't need a lot of time. I hopefully you're done. Now, if out of those 3 people you didn't include yourself, then I don't think I think you need some kind of rehabilitation, because you must be number 1 out of the 3. The people you have seen in here today, the reason as to why they are here, it is not because they put themselves as the second option or the third option. They decided to make themselves the first option. You people, when you are the first option, it works. Always think about yourself before you begin to think about something else, because the time comes when even there are people who will travel long distances just to come and attend your burial. But when you tell them that, my friend, I have a smart cuckoo please, I need some advice, they will tell you they are busy. But when they're informed that your death just happened, they will immediately drive, get transport, and be very sorry because of your loss. So out of the three people, out of the two people, if there are 100 people, be that one person. If there are 1 million, you are still that person. It is within you. You can be the King Kong of your life. You can bang your chest and roar, because at the end of it all, it is your name that is going to be on the walls of the Hall of Fame. So I would like to thank each and every one of you for turning up today. For the story we have been a part of today is going to live for long in the minds of men. To Creative Media, Creative Campus, we are really appreciative, because trust me, people out there, they are doing what they are watching this, and many would have loved to be here, but who are we? Who are we to make it? All in all, above all, there is God. You people, God exists. If you still think God doesn't exist, oh, sorry about that. But to our dear visitors from town campus, I must say we are happy to receive you. Chihumuro, some of you only come here during graduation. That is when you see Chihumuro. But please come around. We are welcoming. We sometimes even give refreshments, as you saw. Sometimes, yeah, refreshments are there also. At some point, they may not be there, but feel free to come around as you wait for your transport back. Please, you can move around, take pics. We have a lift in the building. You can, yeah, go up, come down, go up, come down, go up, come down. And yeah, tell everyone that Chihumuro is really a beautiful place. That's why we are at the end. We are somehow isolated, but it's not that we complain. It is hard for Chihumuro with this environment, and you complain. Just move around there and you listen to beautiful hymns of some insects that are now welcoming the blankets of the darkness. So the place is really beautiful, especially at night. The breeze is so wonderful. The day has finally ended. That's why I'm talking this much. But you people, I think you've loved Chihumuro. You don't want, because I'm not seeing anyone who is trying to move. But but all I can say is the day has finally ended. To Madame Pavi, I must say thank you. I think it is not my first time some of you are seeing me. I'm always called up to come and engage with my fellow students. You know, you are good at something, like we have the smart cuckoo people. You invite them. I told you people, life is all about connections. That's why even when you attend a wedding ceremony, eating that rice, connections are needed. Otherwise, you may miss out. Unless maybe you go and you realize your auntie is not one of the cooks, you're finished. You are finished. But once she's there, just know everything is going to be kawa. Then what else should I talk about? The people who are in charge of, actually, for those of wherever you are sitting, you know, Chihumuro has to be kept clean always, because a clean mind always brings about clean ideas. So if there is anything that is disposable, closest to you, basically from the refreshments we had, uh, we request you that it should be carried away. DJ, I think I don't want to keep these people for so long here. They might be here up to tomorrow, yet in actual sense they have to embark on their long journey. Some have moved very long distances. Then it is the 1st of July. For those of you who were not here in the beginning, I had requested each and every one of you to say Happy New Month to your colleagues. And please, once again, turn to your neighbor and say Happy New Month. We are in the second half of 2023. When I say about the second half, that means we have started the second half, starting from July to December. Some of you, unlike your relationships, which don't last like for a year, Starthub always does the things yearly. So even when you go outside there, your relationships should be celebrating at least a year's anniversary every now and then. But to some extent, they forever and ever last for 2 weeks. which is not the case. However, thank you everyone for coming. DJ, we are appreciative, Creative Campus, Mr. Sankar and your team. We are so happy. The panelists and everyone, we are really happy. Thank you.